Okay. Wow.
Wow, it looks almost the same, except there's a doll behind you now.
No,
The left, the left half
Avery.
with the wardrobe looks very similar, but the right half is very
Right.
different.
Yeah.
You turned your roommate into a bathroom. What a trade up!
I did.
All right, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
I could have said something, but I'm not. I'm not. If he's using the bathroom, I'm gonna go warm up my Chick-fil-A.
Rest
Real
in
fast.
peace, Avery, bro. Miss that guy.
Used as step pads to make a bathroom.
We host we're on break right now, but we have a Saturday game, and that's the game I told you about, the Prince mud. It's very. I'm in my arc. I took over the kingdom. I'm the ruler now.
Look at me, I'm the ruler now.
Also, yeah. Other thing too, if you see down here, no, you can't. I mean,
I'm loving the drip
it's
neck.
it's all peace tees. Oh, this is my work outfit.
It's a nice fit. Oh yeah, let's see those guns. How's your workout going?
I haven't worked out. I know, but I can't with a shirt. This is a long sleeves. I can't.
Take
No, I'm
it
trying.
off. Take it off. Take it off.
I'll take off my shirt when I come back from the downstairs. How does that sound?
Fair enough.
All right, I'll be right back.
Why are we negotiating?
I'm a negotiator, bud.
It shouldn't
I'm
be a
not negotiating
negotiation.
shit.
I was gonna say,
Right, man. It shouldn't be a
real
negotiation
fast.
at all.
You wanna know what a nickname my mom gave me?
Oh, what is it?
Nick Collinstein.
Oh no. That's awful, Nick. I'm so sorry about that.
I'll be right back.
Why aren't more people playing the new Doom game? What's going on?
I'm playing it. It's good fun. It's a lot of fun. It's very.
Yeah, I'm
Doom.
just like, oh, that's why it's $120. Okay. Yeah, no one's paying that.
I always forget that you're in Australian dollars, the worst form of the dollar.
Zimbabwe dollar.
Fair enough.
So bad that they went back to the American dollar.
It is really expensive for no fucking reason. Granted,
Yeah,
I did get I got the one with I got the one with the statue, which seems more worth the money than just buying the
unironically, yes.
Bucks. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I'm waiting for it to be shipped though, because it would only ship to America, so I've had it shipped to the States, and now I'm having it shipped here. But the annoying thing is, I've now looked, and it now ships here.
It's so dog shit that games are getting this expensive for no fucking reason.
Yeah, especially seeing that we've like now had 33 that was like dirt cheap. Oblivion was pretty cheap.
And 33 is literally game of the year. It's gonna be game of the year.
A few hours until 9.
There's nothing that's even gonna get close.
It should be fine.
Yeah.
Should be
like
fine.
its competition is Doom: The Dark Ages, which people aren't playing for some reason, and fucking what, Universalis 5. That's it.
Well, I can't think of the game title. Split Fiction was pretty good. I very much enjoy Split Fiction. That has a chance, in my opinion, to be game of the year. Because I mean, there's a good chance that game in the year won't be 33 because so many people will go, I don't want to play it because the turn-based combat. You know, that kind of shit. Kind of like the same way like Astro Boy won.
I don't know how the fuck Astro Boy won. That shit still gets me upset.
Because it was a console exclusive, so like its fucking market was very small compared to any other game, which is the only reason why
it's just rigged. Like the judges have way too much impact.
There was some jerking off happening under the table.
It's like
there always has been. I mean, like ever since Gamergate, it's been like this. Where like
it's just like we all know 33 should win, but there's a good chance because of the shit you see every single year. There's a good chance it also will.
I finished 33 the other day. I 100%ed it.
You beat the whole thing?
Yes, I did. In 38 hours.
Nice. I've just got to the bit where you can finally like go into the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you still have a little ways to go.
Yeah,
But
just the weapons.
that game made me cry 3 separate times for completely separate
Beautiful.
reasons.
Man, I wish I
The
And
story's
it was
surprisingly
one,
really good.
it's one of the greatest endings of any video game ever.
Oh, really? That's
There are
good to hear.
there are 2 endings, and it was absolutely phenomenal. And additionally, my favorite part of the game is it doesn't treat you like a fucking idiot or
Yeah,
over-explain the plot. You kind of have to piece it together yourself.
yeah. My like initial theory was like when you first see the old guy when you like hit the island, I was just like, oh yeah, that's just your character, but
He's in the
you're in a
future.
time loop.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I thought too.
but yeah, then shit happened.
Then it
Things
happens.
changed. Yeah, yeah, clearly not the right theory, but I won't say
Yeah.
anything because I think Zach is going to play it at some point if he gets
Yeah,
it.
it's a spectacular game. It's a spectacular soundtrack. It's
mean,
game
I'm
of the
so
year.
playing it. I
Yeah.
assume
What is?
the main
What
guy
is?
was
Expedition
gonna
30.
be
It's replaced by like
Have you seen the nerfing little ginger lass? I don't remember her name. They're
Nail?
nerfing her.
Oh,
The funny
yeah,
thing is, I
because I
hate having her on my
soloed
team.
the game with her.
But yeah,
I
she
soloed
can
the game with
do
her.
she could do a max of 3 billion damage in one attack, which is
yeah,
stupid. But
our
I hate
form
her so
swap
much
is
that
stupid.
she's not in my team because I hate her so much. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
For me, that was CL. CL, I literally the last
I
achievement
can't use
that
CL.
one of the last achievements that I got was CL's achievement to like have 20 fucking foretell on somebody because I never used her.
I
I'm
never
like, this
used
is
CL.
a
I
dog
don't
shit
have it on my
mechanic,
fighter.
and
I like
she
CL. I
doesn't
don't know.
she doesn't synergize with any other character, so
It's a
she's
weird
not
it's a
effective.
weird like stack mechanic that doesn't do anything until like you have to like use 3 turns or basically or 2
Yeah,
turns.
CL's thing is like she's really good as a tanky damage dealer. Like she has everything. She doesn't work with people. She isn't friendly with other characters. She doesn't have the
She only
synergy.
gives status
So
effects to activate other characters.
she
Dude,
doesn't give any.
Is it
I'm
Mark?
not gonna forgive what they did to Ivan, man. It was so bad.
Ivan?
Yeah,
That's so
Ivan.
true. I miss
Ivan the
Ivan.
Terrible.
What the fuck is
Ivan was great.
He's actually talking about Igor from Persona.
I go.
Not fucking Igor.
Oh, Igor from the hit
Igor.
movie Igor.
He's
Or
also
from the
talking
fifth
about
album
Igor with 3
by
R's
Tyler the
from
Creator. College
the
Dropout.
French music creator
You guys
who I
remember that
tournament
animated
bees with
movie
every now and
Igor?
then.
Really? Is that true, Bees?
You know, I really think Bloom and Rage should win Game of the Year.
Bloom and
I'm
Rage is
gonna-
maybe game of the decade, actually.
I'm gonna fucking kill both these guys. If these guys don't come next Friday, you know why. You just know why.
And with
I've
that,
never-
let's
I
get
like to see
and
you
with
try,
Swear to
pretty
God.
boy.
Reddit on
and with
live
that,
TV.
let's get started. Holy fuck! All right.
They're not coming here next week. They're dead.
They're dead.
They're
Make this
dead.
promise.
Like
now
I mean-
on stream. Hear me, stream. 10 toes, stand on business.
Might let's disappear for a week just so like Nick like looks guilty.
I'm gonna disappear no matter
No,
what.
no, because people would do that shit all the time
It's-
in Among
it's
Us.
my
and like, oh,
homage.
it's obviously Nick because he killed these two, or he killed this person. I'm like, no, I didn't.
It's my gamage
Yeah,
this year.
Like, come
Among
on.
Us.
It's my homage.
my gamage,
Gamage.
my gamage.
I think out of everyone here, Nick is the most likely to kill somebody. Then it's Potato.
No, it's potato.
fucking-
Potato.
the
Why
funny
do
thing is-
potato, man?
The
I
thing is,
just
being
think
like
that you
anytime
have
I
a
play with you
darkness
would vote
inside
you
of you.
off, it's because you wouldn't talk too much. You wouldn't talk like at all, so it would just kill you.
Well, yeah, if you piss me off, I'm gonna get angry. I'm not gonna go fucking out of my way
But
to
that's
kill
the thing.
someone.
I feel like okay. So no offense, potato, and I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh,
but I
that's where the
feel-
no offense is?
Holy shit!
I feel like short people have short tempers, and I feel like in a moment of rage, you might wield a knife, and someone might get hurt.
A short moment of rage.
I'm gonna
Potato's
close like
so
a
done.
Voltorb onto you.
A short
Exactly.
moment of
And
rage.
you won't mean it, but like it'll be too you'll be too fast, and someone will get hurt. That's my concern.
POV like Shaozu and the fucking Chaozu with fucking Nappa, you know?
I look at you, bees, and say goodbye.
But like after that, who's most likely to hurt somebody? I don't know. Maybe Nick.
I-
Statistically,
Nick's like the
Zarky.
person you.
Statistically.
Let's just start.
Oh my
guys,
God.
guys, can we start the session, please?
Yeah.
Thank
If the DM's asking, you know it's bad. You know it's
Please,
bad.
please. I would like to start this. Oh my.
That was a bagger.
Never let it be said though. I will end it off on this. I have been tempted.
Huh?
You're a man
So
of
no,
God.
we're not even. See, like we're not even opening that can of worms.
This is
L
a
Rage
conversation
bait.
that happened at 1 a.m. This is not happening now.
Alright, let's
L
move on,
Rage
bro.
bait. L Rage bait. L Rage fucking bait, dude.
We don't have time to deal with this right now.
Whatever the fuck this is, this bit.
I appreciate the character development. Not now.
Not now.
No.
Yeah. Shit, I don't know how to transition it, but I'll just go with this. Bees, how's your time off been? How's your week been, man? Jesus.
You know, not feeling like I need to kill somebody.
Yeah,
Unlike
me.
Nick, yes.
Yeah, me either, man. I don't. Nah, he did this smile thing. He did the smiley for a second, and then he looked straight at the camera. Nah, that's. Anyways, man, how you been?
I'm chill. Not doing much right now, just chilling.
So you do a little bit of chilling. Do you really
Yeah,
chill?
chilling. I do. I chill. Oh, there we go. Oh.
We know what you did, Matthew.
We knew
What did
what
I
he
do?
did.
What
Your mother.
did you know what I did last summer?
On
Why
the
would I do
table.
my mother? Ew.
No, not yours. Bees' mom.
I do
Whoa! Don't talk about his mom like that, dude. Wow.
She is a good woman.
Hey, he
and
said
if you
it.
touch her,
I'll say so.
Which one?
obviously not the.
She's a good Christian woman.
I mean, no, not really, but like she is a good.
She's a
woman.
good British woman.
No. Christian part debatable,
Not
but she's a good woman.
One of the greatest, truly best
But-
mothers.
Bet
I've met some in my lifetime. I say she's one of the best.
the best one out there. Mothers.
Actually, no, I'm a mother myself.
We built mothers. For mother. Anyways, Mud, how's it going?
Mars needs moms.
I had a
That
good
would
few
be
weeks. I've played Expedition 33, Game of the Year. One of the best games I've ever played.
This guy doubted.
Probably in the top
He
10.
doubted. Dude, he
Um,
doubted it.
Then I played Open Sour, which is a little German game, which is awful. I love it too. And I'm ready to fucking play.
Nice. Let's go. I've been looking forward to. Hey Nick, how's it going? One of the best Nicks out there, you know? Best Nick. How's it going?
Thanks, bud. Love you, man. Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm very tired. But I'm alive. I'm here. Hopefully next week won't be as bad. Updates in relation to the game. Yes, I'm doing some art for Mud. I'm drawing Uriel. You know about this, but no one else does.
In a very pornographic way.
No.
Your very sensual way.
Basically
don't have that
commissioned
art.
I basically commissioned furry art from Nick.
I
He's suckling on one of the tentacles.
he
of his,
excitedly
eldritch
obliged.
horror god.
I am. Oh, just wait till we get to the fee Mud. But yeah, if I'm not as vocal, unless it's for the sake of the plot, that's just because I'm tired. It's been a long week.
That's fine. That's
So,
fine.
Yeah, but I'm here. I'm here for you.
I'm happy you're here, man. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us.
By the way, I
Okay.
assume one last thing. No updates on Sunday.
I would not currently, no. Not currently. I
Okay.
don't know what's happening there.
That's all good. Just
Yep. Potato, how's it hanging?
Hey man, I've been good. I've been working recently.
Hard work,
It's been tiring. I have to go work tomorrow. Actually, I gotta wake up at fucking 5 for 2 weekend
Oh.
shifts.
Oh my
No, 3 shifts. I
god.
gotta work Monday too. I don't have that day off.
Oh,
Bro's working.
I'm working.
bro's
Good to
working.
make money again.
The Ben
I'm sending
10.
a lot of money into my accounts. Motherfucker, I don't know if I got time for Ben 10 on certain days.
Do you want me to continue without you?
It depends on the day.
Gasp.
But I would probably most likely be able to do it just in the evenings if we were to plan to watch it again.
I don't want to leave you behind.
Stop
Not
talking like a fucking anime character.
I can't.
Not the
We've already
deal.
come this far. I can't leave you again.
Can't lose
Not to
you
derail
again.
the conversation or anything, but like this just
Yeah.
reminded me of like when Nick mentioned that he's making art for Mud. Does everyone remember? I don't think Matt was here for it, but do you remember when we threatened to get like R34 art made of potato?
Yeah,
Yes, I
of
do.
course.
Mhm.
How could I forget
Yep.
that day?
And
That
what
was
did it
the-
come out with?
I don't remember this. Surprisingly, I don't.
These it would have to be a fistful of dollars, buddy.
It wasn't from you, man.
I-
we collectively said that we were gonna pull
Gonna
together a
commission
fund.
Shadman when he gets out of jail.
Nick, if you draw me like
No!
Nick, if you draw me like
What?
that, I don't know if we can be
Please.
friends anymore.
No!
I want a nude
Pack it up.
drawing of me going
Yep.
around.
Pack it up, Zark. Stream's over.
It's done.
It's cooked, but it's been cooked.
Some year,
Nope.
I'm going to commission art of everybody,
Mm-mm.
and I'm gonna gift it to you. It's gonna be on like on a plaque or something, you know. You guys can hang it up.
I'll burn it.
What the fuck?
I want it to be potato dressed up in a Super Saiyan outfit.
Can you draw me as Mr. Fantastic? That's the only one I'll accept.
Dude.
No, you're gonna be
Miss-
the Thing.
That's even worse.
No,
The
but
thing-
the Hulk. We made him the Hulk, remember?
The thing about life, it's been grim.
Yep.
Ben
Really?
Extreme 4.
Hey.
Ah.
That's terrible.
Your granny said, "What you hide, you're never gonna fall."
We have it was Thor, Hawkeye, Iron Man, and then it was Hulk. Oh no, Captain America for me, Hulk for Potato, and then Nick Fury for.
What?
Really,
No reason. No,
Mud is
no
black.
reason why.
No relation. No relation. No relation. No relation. That's for my week. Yesterday was a little bit solemn. I did some introspective thought. It was not the best of experiences. We gave in to some really nihilist thoughts, some really self-defeatist thoughts. My brother graduated last week. That was cool. Yeah, I have a lot more free time now that I'm just hopefully going to be able to use and devote more to our game. Because I have been procrastinating my biggest thing, which was take everything from this book, which is filled with a bunch of notes and ideas for both campaigns, and I've been neglecting that since as long as I've had Obsidian. But now that summer's here, the idea is, transferring and expanding on ideas and thoughts and stuff like that. But that's the plan.
Obsidian's great. Obsidian's so good.
Yeah,
It is.
I've been using it a lot, and honestly, it's like, I don't know. I have my own little lore library. The more I look at it, like the more I add. Hold on, I will.
Bless you.
Let me close a few tabs real fast. Hold on. Let's see. If I can, I'll just scream it for you guys. All these dots represents either a idea, a episode, like a session. All these are just that, and I like to see it continually being added, because I can have a time lapse and I can see all of everything being added in real time, and I think that's really cool. So yeah, this is everything. But I digress. Let us let's get into the game. who would like to do the recap? If anyone would be capable or willing or has a memory.
I
Oh, I
genuinely
managed
don't
to beat
remember
myself.
anything.
Last session, I believe we was mostly talking. We didn't really get a lot done.
Oh no, I do.
We
Remember, I
Hazard?
would hope you remember, Bees. I would hope you remember.
We met El Hazard, a wonderful gentleman. He couldn't talk, so we started giving him water, and he was sort of gulping. Turns out he has a pretty bad barnacle that infects him because he got, we presume he got seduced by a siren. So, as a result, he has a barnacle growth, and it can only be nullified with a lot of water, but we can't cure it because of silly curses. So, if we wanted to cure him and possibly do like a good route or whatever, we would need to get some siren's blood or a lock of siren's hair, apply it into a ritual, and just get rid of uh, the curse. So we talked for a little bit, shared some information. I really don't remember a whole lot. I'm not gonna lie, because it's been like almost a month. But we went into a cave, holed up for the night. There's a bunch of pigmen that are outside, but we're not dealing with that. Alhazard was taking a rest. Bishop and Jester had a heart to heart, which was really nice. Nice little bonding sesh. Drank some super secret bourbon. It's Partisan's private stash, so it's the good stuff. And then, yeah, Jester saw some weird stuff, and he was like, "Dude, you see that, right?" And my character was like, "No, what are you talking about?" He's like, "Dude, right there." He's like, "I don't know." And yeah, and Bees has been marked for death. He will die in approximately 7 days. Yeah,
In real life, not in game.
in real life. Yeah, in
Oh.
Minecraft. In Minecraft.
I hope not.
I got hit with the wind of
Yeah.
your curse.
I hope not real life because this was 20 days ago. Meaning you should have died 13 days ago. Hey, you a
Stop
ghost.
doing the math. Stop doing the
Ooh,
math, Matt.
Stop doing the math. They're supposed to like not remember shit. Stop doing that. Anyways, would anyone else like to care to add anything?
They drew a mustache on Uriel.
We did do that.
True.
Yeah.
And then
I
there was a
gave
whole
him the-
potato thing in his dream
gave-
about burning village or something.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Yummy.
I gave Uriel the entertainer stash.
I forgot that. I'm gonna put that in my notes. Like I forgot. That's one thing even I forgot. I know who gave a mustache. The
I got you.
I'll put that on the commission mud.
Dude, I bought some Krispies today, and for some reason the box wasn't in English, it was in fucking Hebrew.
Crispies?
Rice Krispies.
Oh.
I want to get
Serious.
checked.
Well, I'll let you know in an hour. I'm currently eating them.
Oh no.
I want to get a check.
He's gonna get poisoned.
Crazy
He'll die.
one.
And I can't say the joke. I can't say the joke on stream. Sorry, stream.
And anyways, that seems to be good for now. Like you said, the only real missing thing was like the ritual with Aurelius, little dream, little village, little executioner, and there's a little sparrow in the audience, and yeah, stuff like that. You get, for the most part, everything's been nailed out. And I will, to specify, I believe I made a mistake in terms of one of the cult's names. I believe I said Cult of the Tar. Let me double check, because I realized I was quoting a different group. Let me double check. If anyone has their notes handy, can remind me the.
I got all of them. Give me a second to open the notepad.
I
'cause these
believe
old
I
ones-
fed you guys bad information.
Oh, what are we talking about?
Bro, why would you do that to me?
Because the
Which
Cult of the
information?
Tar is its own thing, that is its own cult, but specifically
There's Bayanath,
Damn it.
Atog, Gathai,
Yep.
Roti. And then it says Great Tar, yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Okay.
Tar, Great Ooze.
Okay, so it should be just the Great Cult of the Great Ooze on its own in relation to what's happening now. And Cult of the Tar is
Next,
something
you're gonna
else.
tell us his name is an owl.
It was his nickname.
Rest.
Yeah, still his name though.
Anyways.
See?
Where is... Alright, cool.
My my Wario variant is Wick Wallens.
Is that like
Does he-
evil, Nick?
Does he have like
Yeah.
a fat ass and rides motorcycles?
Yeah.
When you talk about
He's like a little soul
is
patch
evil,
as
Nick.
well.
He actually hates Divinity and hates D&D, and he hates writing.
He's a cool guy riding on his Harley Davidson. He doesn't need riding. Who needs D&D?
That just reminds me of that thing which was like,
He's
do you like
actually a
music? It's
Satanist.
like, no, I fucking hate music.
Music.
I hate music. He is Dark Nick's rival.
Or Dick for short. Anyways,
Nick better watch out.
Dick better watch out. No one knows what's happening to him.
Oh, what was it, Mike? Hold on.
To pick up from where we
What
last...
was it?
Yeah.
Alright. To pick us up where we last left off, the group would have awakened the next day following their watches without any real interruptions, and they would hear the sounds of mining and a large chanting, a tremor within the earth, and a scream that is loud enough to breach the small gaps between the limestone. And there is the sounds of mining as the sides of, presumably the sound of pickaxes clinking away, working at the more, or each side of the cavern seems to be prevalent, and all of you would have been woken up to it, this sound in due time, as Al, in short, he himself is paying no mind to it. Those high spooks. He himself seems to be paying no mind to it, but there seems to be a sounds of a roaring and a festering chanting that seems to be happening outside of the cave. In noticing this, Al would speak up. Well, I hardly doubt they know of our presence. Presumably none of us choose to leave or make any sound noises. We should be fine. Again, I will lead you to Renis's Wall it's only a few days from now, but I would highly recommend that for the short term, if you can mind the sounds, carry out your business. Surely some of you have passion projects, things you are interested in. I would spend that time to catch up on some of those. As Alhazred seems to be made himself and dressed himself properly, there doesn't seem to be any real sign of blemishing from the day prior, as it seems that the former things have passed away. You would see that he is more chiseled and more refined. His garments spontaneously mended, and you can see he is holding himself to a more proper sense now that presumably he is no longer dehydrated, and you would see he's often combing at the sides of his little goatee, and he's pulling at it raspily as he continues to speak onwards.
Wait, Al, if the mining noises aren't them trying to find where we are, why are they mining? Because surely they would only be mining if they knew where we are.
Well, to my understanding, this cave, my friend, is rather remote, and it is in the middle of the woods. The swine are barbaric. They have their own acumen of culture with them. Put simply, they have this rule of trials by combat. Whenever they go on large expeditions, raids such as these, and they're sparing hours, they would like to test each other's mettle. I presume that is largely what's happening, and before long we should hear the sounds of a gong, and just as he says it, a large sort of metallic bell reverberates throughout the cave, and you could see loose pieces of soot, and you could see that the stone is cracking to the ground, but he raises his hand and there it is. Some sort of trial by combat or something of the sort. It should hardly concern us, but in the event that they have found us, well, I don't know how your vehicle works, but it seems more than capable of getting us out. Correct?
I'm sure if we turned and faced it towards the door and they came in, we just blast them. It's got a big old
really,
engine
have
cannon
some-
thing on the front.
You do have the cannon ready, yes?
I'd rather not rely on the ship's cannon anymore.
By the way, can we worry about those stalactites? Like, they seem to be chipping a little bit when that gong went off. I don't want another
No,
gong
it's
to
fine.
go off and those just crash into the ground and then find out where we are.
No, it's fine.
Well-
It's very sturdy.
Clearly
Well,
not.
you know,
That's
it's quite-
cracking.
No, they're
Quite
fine.
stable, so I don't really know why
No,
it wouldn't do that.
Don't look at them. Making them scared.
They're rocks.
I'm
They don't
sorry?
feel fear. They just crack.
They're quivering in fear.
Well, that's even if they were quivering fear. That's even more worry to be concerned.
He says this,
So-
but some of them have formed. They're almost like large spears, and the smallest ones are likened to like daggers and needles, and they seem to be gingerly swaying in the
You're
wind.
making them scared now.
We should definitely be worried about that. If those things crack
they're
and break,
scared 'cause you're
will make
talking about
noise.
them. They're nervous.
Okay. If we make too much noise, or a gong goes off and they crack and break, they're gonna make a lot of noise, and they're gonna know exactly where we are.
We'll just leave then.
Since
Leave
you're
right
so
now.
concerned, I slap Carter on the back, and I cast Fly.
Ugh.
As his bones lighten and he grows bony wings. Go take care of it.
Can you at least give me some like mortar or something to like how am I meant to fix these?
Here's a
You're so
pickaxe.
concerned. I'm
Good
sure
luck.
you have a better idea than me. Good luck.
You're the one that can like make mud and rock and stuff.
You can go
Do you wanna be
mine it with
bathed
this
in mud?
pickaxe.
I mean, can't we like put mud in it and you turn that to stone or something? I don't know. I don't know how
That
rock
sounds
repair
like a
works.
lot of effort.
I'm not a mason.
That's too much for a weaver to do. He has to reserve his magic. He already wasted it on you giving you fly.
If we're being completely fair, he could use it a lot more often. He looks over.
Did we get a long rest, by the way?
Yes,
Before I
all of
take
you,
off my spell?
all of you would be coming up from the benefits of a long rest, and this is like the next morning after you guys sort of came in here haphazardly last night.
I have a very smart idea. What if we just leave? Just exit
Yes.
through, just full blast the cart, full max speed.
I would
Oh,
Well, then
be
you definitely know where we are.
I would
The cart would be
presumably
absolutely
be
demolished.
against it. I mean, as I will remind you, Aurelius, was it not?
Yeah, hi, that's me.
Don't you recall the impending sort of masses, the swine that were currently closing in our location? I believe it was you, Yorio, who through my powers, you were able to divine such things. To actually feel the tremors in the ground. We are talking
Yes,
about
that's right.
facing multiple war bands. I don't know how sturdy this vehicle is, but I rather not leave anything to chance, personally.
Yes, it seemed to me like you were caught in the middle of some large operation.
So we're gonna wait
Um,
here until they leave.
Just a quick
Yeah.
question. I just want to humor a very chaotic thought in my mind right now. How
Do tell.
big is this cave?
The cave is quite large. It's capable of holding Dragula, perhaps several others, in fact. Give me a perception check as well, also.
Okay.
I think we asked this question last time, but I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, it's been so long. Okay, take a 19.
The more you look up and the more you take into the immediate sights, you realize that even in the lowest hanging stalactites, the ones that are like drilling down to the ground and where they're forming columns, you get the sense that the total height of this cave is reaching well up into 60 feet into the air. In terms of the open expanse of it, well, you believe you could fit several families of I believe I described it as cave bears, to more liken to anything. Beasts as large as trolls could, and a large droves of them, perhaps a dozen of them, can healthily occupy this place and have more than enough roto room in between. To say the least, it is very large, very expansive, and you could put a few Draculas in here. A couple of wagons could be bunched up side by side, and you'd still have more than enough room.
And there is a narrow entrance, right?
Walk over it.
If anything, the entrance itself isn't necessarily narrow. Think of it this way. It is now this sealed archway that seems to have had this large boulder, as you recall from... Oh, if not, I will remind you from last session where Alhazard, sort of with this tentacle, just crunched a large boulder down to the ground and closed it. The entrance itself and its height is roughly... As it narrows down, the cave narrows down, roughly 25 feet tall, but roughly 15 feet or so wide. And there's currently a large boulder blocking the door.
Question: have you guys played Roblox?
Yeah.
Yes,
Nope.
I have played Roblox. Where are we going with this? Question. Now that I know everything.
Does
Crazy story.
does it look like one final question? Does it look like we're gonna be able? There's like we could avoid this. We could avoid this encounter, or no?
I don't think I can answer that truthfully. Though, from what
I
Al
think if we
Hazard
wait it
saying,
out.
though for what Al Hazard is saying, as long as tend to your business, he doesn't seem to be bothered with him. If anything, he's already taken up little bits of parchment, and he's enjoying his own little rituals and remedies.
Does anybody?
Worst
play the
case
game called,
scenario, we lose the cart. Really?
Shut up, bud. You dick. Okay. With this in mind, Bishop looks up toward the entrance where the boulders are caved up, and he gives a shrug and he says, I might do some work, but assuming that they pass by, everything should be fine. I hope so. But if they try and get in, I'll try and think of a plan." So he gives a nod, gets up, grabs his backpack, his items, and his helmet, and walks out into the cave.
You about a TNT
How,
this whole
how
fucking
kind of
thing.
him.
So, do you know about a game called Guts and Black Powder?
Not at all. Unfortunately, not.
Okay. Gotcha. So Partisan, or I was like Kaldar. Kaldar is going to just in case, he's just going to formulate a plan. He's going to take what he can scrap and is going to start making some formations in the ground, just like dragging rocks to scrape lines and line art.
I assume you're going to be like planning potential ways of how they might come in, or just planning in general.
Yes.
Okay. I will say, as you begin gingerly making your inscriptions and scrolls on the ground, with your previously high perception, you notice that there doesn't seem to be any other alternate way in. You can obviously hear the sounds that there are some holes leading vast beyondwards, perhaps some small airways, but nothing too solid, nothing that really causes your eyes any worry, nothing to disorient your senses. If anything, your main focus is that large boulder and the impending threat that it might fall over, might be moved in any way. And as you be continuing the scrolls, you can't help but take in a slight bioluminescence, as you would notice surrounding the cave and somewhat littered around the walls, growing on the limestone. Would you see a occasional mushroom in large amounts and quantities blooming to the side, as well as some rare algae, ones from the likes that you can't immediately recall, just chilling all around you as you begin scrolling and making plans.
Okay. Just humor me for a second. Give me a grid and a rough map, please, if that's okay with you.
All right, make him abs.
Okay. Okay.
It could be chicken scratch, MS
Right now.
Paint, whatever. I just need.
Get names it.
Okay.
Why don't you do it in MS Paint and then send it?
I
to
don't know
him?
what the cave looks like down to
I'm
a
gonna
T.
fucking draw right now.
Looks like a cave.
Do you have a cave map that we're
I'm
using?
drawing it.
No.
Drawing it.
No.
I'm drawing it.
How?
I mean, the fact he doesn't have a cave map should give us good hope that we're not going to get attacked by swine in here.
Yeah, but I just wanna do something.
Unless it's a false bit of false sense of security.
I will start working on to that. I will start working on that.
Is this accurate with potatoes representation?
Is that Alres? That looks like Alres. He seems like a grey boy. Is that Uriel? No,
That's
it's the cow.
Okay.
You know?
That's Uriel. He's so tall.
It's
It
me.
kind of looks like a fish.
We're in a
I'm
goldfish.
red.
We're in a goldfish
It's
cave.
like a goldfish.
Goldfish cave.
I mean, that's what I assume it looks like.
You know, that's pretty
Yeah,
accurate.
It's
That's
just a generic cave.
All right.
That's what it
If
looks
that's
cause it's like
accurate,
an
I'm going
alcove in the
with-
back there.
it's
Where's
pretty
Saddam
circular.
Hussein?
Oh.
That's a crazy one.
You know, there is no dead remains. There's no
Jester.
symbols anywhere inside the
Yep,
cave.
that's just a-
All right. I will be drawing for the time being. I will
Okay.
that
be
is
making some marks.
Kaldar.
Oh wow. Fish.
That's a fish.
Where's Slapperarius?
That's our friend
That-
fish.
that-
You can't draw all that in this fucking tiny game.
As you
You just gotta
mentioned,
draw a green slime.
wow, that's Slaparius right there. Just boop.
There, there's your green slime and your other one. Oh, I need your knight
Yay.
too. There's all three of your summon.
Fire powers combined.
At the mention of it, Uriel, your summoned creations are remaining idle and awaiting your commands. As what will you be doing in the next coming hours?
Does anyone here have gemstones? Valuable ones?
Yes. See as he's drawing.
Can I see it?
It depends. Which one do you want? Give me a second. You see
The most valuable one.
Most valuable. What are you going to do with it? I wonder.
I'm not gonna use it. I just need to study it a bit. I have a plan. A cunning plan.
I have. Let's see. I'll give you a ruby. You see, he reaches and pulls out a perfectly pristine ruby that we got from the raid on. No, that he got from looting that bone pile.
That totem
And
thing, yeah.
We'll hand it over.
How much is that worth? Monetary value matters. I'm not using it, don't worry.
Whoa, 5,000 gold.
That works.
Gee.
All right. With that, for my time, I'm going to be studying this gemstone. Specifically, I'm going to be trying to see how I'm going to be trying to brainstorm how I'm going to do this shit with the brain.
Hmm.
Rain.
Brainstorm the brain.
Ruby's probably not the ideal gemstone for this, but I need to see what I can do.
What do you do with the
Obviously,
brain?
without damaging it. I have plans that I cannot explain because the
That's
haters will
fine.
sabotage.
Trust me at any
haters.
quarter. I would like
Homunculus.
an Arcana check,
Yes.
and whilst that goes on, Uriel begins
23.
setting. Yep. And I will get to you momentarily as you now with Ruby in hand in you begin lighting, I would assume, a little bit of candles, setting the atmosphere for where you can deeply envelop yourself and thrust yourself into your studies. And you begin your examinations, and what you find early is somewhat satisfying but somewhat concerning, as I will move now on to Jester, Aurelius as well. Huh?
Cliffhanger of what the Ruby tells him.
Yeah, cliffhanger, yeah. Jester and
What did you say, Ruby? Kill
Jester,
them all.
yes, kill them. Ruby, yes, my precious.
Unring
Yes.
to rule them all.
Aurelius,
Ruby,
Carter, and Jester, what are you doing this eve?
Back.
Yes, sir.
Taking a shower.
No worries.
Taking a shower in the game.
I'm just like, I'm not really worried about a thing, Bishop. There's like a natural water stream just somehow keeps going down.
That's one
Right
of the things
above.
that mined it.
You guys aren't ready for the plan. You aren't ready for the plan.
I got a great
Love
plan.
that.
I'm gonna focus on sword training.
Okay, we're back.
Al, tell me, you lift the giant boulder that's currently sealing us in this cave. If I knock down that cracked stalactite, do you think you can like safely bring it down to the ground without it making noise?
There's which Al are you referring to? Al Hazard or Alris? There's two Al's.
Al Hazard. I mean, I'll address Alres as Alres.
I'll imagine
You
both
just imagine just Alres
both
just with the stars like, I got it.
both Alris and Al Hazard just like, huh? He's just like, but anyways, you're referring to me.
Yeah, sorry.
What do you plan on doing exactly?
Well, I'm still worried that if another gong goes off, that thing is gonna crack, break, make a loud noise, and reveal our location. I mean, call me worry what, but I kind of just want to take it down. You lift a giant rock to let the car into the cave and put it back down. Can you do it with this?
I will remind you that to do such a thing was quite exhausting. Well, not remind you much, sis. Make it aware. My capabilities are rather limited. Part of the reason I suggest that we all use this time to carry out our own activities at our leisure is so that we might recover, recuperate, and for me, personally, the power that you've seen me wield is borrowed and not exactly quite my own. In due time, I believe a new payment will be dispatched. I might be able to do that again, but not quite soon, no. Minor task, but nothing as grandiose as what you're suggesting.
It seems a little inconvenient that you can only do this every now and then. What's the payment that you have to pay for this? Can we speed this up?
He raises an eyebrow at you. He furls it. He sort of contemplates. You can see he sort of mentally seems to walk upstairs, if that makes sense. He seems to be checking in, and he contemplates what you're saying. But ultimately, he shies his head at you. He sort of shakes it somewhat frustratingly. Not quite. What I mean payment in this sense is I am to collect what I am duly owed. What I am paying is the pursuit of knowledge. What I pay this being is knowledge, information, in its grandiest of forms, and I believe everything I see, and I pardon my rudeness of how this might sound, is all of you are boringly mundane. Nothing that I might be able to speed this process up, as you say, were.
Okay, well, it's a little insulting, but I mean, if we can't speed this up, I mean, I'm sure Uriel probably could. He seems to have all kinds of magic tricks up his sleeve, but I mean, I just wanted to do it since he gave me these really kind of grotesque wings.
Do some
Well,
practice flying.
Yes, for the next time he'll do it. I very much
Yeah,
doubt he'll do it again.
You should get used to it then. You should spend your time doing that.
I generally don't think he'll hold on,
You
I'm
should
gonna
try
call.
it though.
I mean, I'll fly around. I'm just gonna start flying around. I mean,
Might as well, you're
it's a little sad that you can't help us with that, but
But you're making the stalagmite scared again, so you just gotta calm down, just fly around using the wings. Just kill some time.
you made it sound like I was scaring them because I'm flying.
Yeah, you're getting closer, they're scared.
Fine, I just won't fly.
We gotta practice though.
For when?
I don't know. When pigs fly.
Yeah, the minute those swine out there start flying is the minute that I'm going back to the ocean.
It could happen. Who knows?
It could happen. If I can get wings, they can get wings.
It could, you know. What kind of wings do you think they would have? Do you think
Don't
skeleton
Zach,
wings?
you're giving him ideas.
Ooh, what if they put a pig inside of a hot air balloon?
I don't think we should let you have ideas anymore, Aurelius, I'll be honest.
Why?
Pigs and balloons, that is a terrifying notion.
That'd be awesome. I would love to see that. That would be very cool.
Alright, can I get you to like stop having these terrifying ideas by
I'm
having
bored.
this
We're
Can
stuck
I
in a
have
cave. I want to go
I
kill the things out there.
I
need
was
to do
about to
something
suggest
pass
a
time.
sparring match to pass the time and keep your mind off these horrific ideas
Oh,
of
I
the
gotta-
swine flying.
I gotta fuck around with the sword a bit more.
Well, as long as you don't kill me, I don't mind sparring with you. You remember I taught you what sparring is, where you don't kill your opponent?
Yeah, that was hard.
Opens the door to the cart and comes out. Can we keep it down? I'm trying to do things in here.
Look, now I just want to hear the loud clanging noises.
What, them mining of Uriel tinkering?
When our swords are clashing.
I mean, we can still do that, as long as you just don't kill me. I watched you fight those pigs.
I want to learn more about this sword, though.
I think you might have to actually meditate. I may even talk to that. What was in it? A phoenix?
There's a guy.
You might have to talk to the guy that's inside the sword if you want to know more about it.
Ours takes 20 paces towards a corner and then starts talking with the sword. Like, hey, is there a way to get more power for the sword? Can it get more bright?
I'm kind of listening to him do this. I was like, oh, okay.
You see there is a flickering of ash within the surrounding area as embers begin to sprout out to light, and there's a dim light that sort of pans over and shadows Alris. And a sourceless voice permeates all around you. More power is feasible, though when you are worthy of such is unknown. Need I remind you, Auris, that I am both bound and somewhat forsworn by the very blade you wield. I am much more than this simple tool of war. Though I have been reduced
yeah, of course,
to...
You're a strong bird. That makes you much powerful than a sword. And, well, most people, because, you know, big bird of fire. Fire bad.
I'm glad you see that.
Of course, I have 2 eyes.
But heed my words when I say this. I am limited. And I'm at the mercy of your experience and any objects of that experience. Quite honestly, until I am truly liberated from this vestige, I am afraid our means of acquisition of power are quite limited. Though you live in a quite interesting area. Tell me, ever since you've picked me up, ever since you wielded me, since the last person who wielded me, I've had an indication. It is almost... It's strange to say that I see a little bit of your outline. The embers aren't necessarily representative of just me, but I see through them. And the last person that wielded me was, well, from what I understand, in a different location. The area was a lot more. The area was consumable, ready to be burned, ready to be changed, ready to be reborn into something else. But I sense, and you can see some of the ashes and embers cradled to the ground, we are someplace new. Tell me, Aurelius, where exactly are we? I can assume that this is in the prime meridian of planes, but where is this? Where is here?
That's a good question because I'm not from the prime area either. I'm from a different place. That's apparently not the same as this place. But apparently we're like to make a check to see if he knows direction.
Hilarious.
Okay,
You're
we're this
still in
way.
you're still in earshot. So I'm just gonna say to you, we're south on the continent of Garius.
He puts his arm out towards like a random like light that's coming out from the from outside. Like, that's north. We're east. North.
South.
Ish.
I need to stop shouting in the cave.
South north. But yeah, I don't know this place very well, so I don't know how different it is. But from so far, I enjoyed the use you as a sword. It's very interesting, like when you go like when I go pa, the guy just goes psh, dusted away into flames. That's pretty cool. Question about that: do you gain power when I dust a guy? Is that like something that happens? Do you eat the pig flesh? Like how does that work? Is it anyone?
It is quite easy to describe. Whenever you wield me, I feel the chains that currently bind me to this weapon temporarily sort of fade. They loosen in numerous ways, though. When times that I am absent, I am stored and tucked away, I feel the chains that bind me sort of tighten once again. It isn't necessarily the individuals whom you are slaying that is doing this, but I'd imagine the experience, your experience, Alice, in all this. It is fair to say that I've become quite attached to you, and from your experience fighting in this sense, I seem to be gaining more. But in essence, I will say you spoke a lot of words, and you, sir, you would see, and Carter, you would see the embers are now sort of starting to float over and pan towards you. Though this one fails the proper education to reveal our whereabouts, we are where exactly? I believe you referred to the land as Garius, was there not?
Oh yeah, the landmass we're on. Yeah, we're very south near the Bloody Waters, kind of closest to Rosewood, to my estimate. I haven't seen a map in a while, but we've kind of been running around.
Garius.
Very south of the continent.
Interesting. Tell me, of what age we live? Does Lady Aurelia still live? It's last I've been here promptly, or at least this close, this loose. I remember that Garius was nothing more than an infantile island nation, large in its size, but very little was occurring. Something about a
Does this
war.
name ring a bell?
Give me a history check.
History is there. You get a 18.
18. Carter, it is Lady Aurelia to you is almost similar to your own parents in a way. The ancestor of your ancestor after your ancestor. Lady Aurelia represents the first and the beginning of the Aurelian bloodline, the long line of kings who have ruled presumably over Garius for generations. She represents and she is the first direct lineage after uniting Garius under the numerous races and the conflicts that were plaguing the land at the time. She was the first of the Aurelian line. She was the first uniter, or in this instance, the first queen of Garius, the first true monarch, the first true heir. She, with her gift of gab and guile, were able to lead Garius from once a nation on the constant sort of bombardment of war to something more peaceful. To where that war became less of a savage beast to something that became domesticated, something that was... What am I watching in this annotation? Something, I'm a little distracted. Something that was more civilized, something that was more controlled and less rampant.
I mean, I can make a guess. Are you talking about the start of the whole royal bloodline of this place? I don't really keep up with the royals nowadays, but I mean, are you speaking of her? The lady that seemed to bring everybody together? Okay, well, I didn't know if you would talk about her after or before. I don't know when you knew this person or of her. Yeah, that was a long time ago. How many generations would you say that was ago?
To your knowledge, in the knowledge of the continent, you know she's been long since gone for over a millennium, and time since.
Yeah, that's gonna be way before. Just I don't know how long you got. How long you been alive? Roughly roughly 1,000 years.
What a odd question. I don't simply live, more so I exist for periods of time. Need I remind you but of what a fabric of what I am? I am both capable of life, death, but most importantly of all, rebirth. So when you mean live, at what juncture do you refer? If you are talking
I kind of
about...
mean how long you lived in the sword. How long have you been in there? Before or after she died?
Presumably long before... No. I remember my entirety was not quite so bound to this form. I am but a fragmented piece. I
So
can't
more of you
quite...
out there.
Yes, exactly. My ultimate
Are they
goal...
also bound to weapons?
There is a slight shift in its inflection. The embers die down, and it's whereas once it was lively and almost like the small whiffs of a flame that escape a roaring campfire, to now it's just like the sort of simmers down, and you would see that it is a lot more lit up by the surrounding fauna more than anything. I do not recall. I quite plainly have existed for periods of time that even now feels off. I assume I am still out there. I remember my strength when I was united as one, though to be certain of such is coy. I was misled and deceived to be in this form. to believe it is possible that such a thing is reoccurring. It more insults me more than anything to admit that it is possible.
Oh well, I'm sorry to hear that you think that you might be split into more paths and different weapons. I'm sure the rest of you is just intact on one body, just waiting for you to come home, and I'm sure Aurelius might be able to find that.
I mean, hey, we're bounded. I don't know what he said before, but we are bounded now. I will help him because that's what we agreed on. He said power. I'm like, okay, that sounds pretty good to me. And then I'll help him whatever he needs. If he needs to find memories of some stuff, sure, I don't mind reading a book. If he needs help killing a random person, sure, why not? I don't mind doing that.
You're a very simple fellow, aren't you, Aurelius? I respect it.
Of course, it's very simplicity in the barracks. Do what you're told, and you get away next day.
He is but kindling needed to invoke my further ascension. Though this is a sorry state, I'm sure that he will see that our relationship is beneficial.
You're not going to kill him, are you, after a while? He's not going to get engulfed by your flames.
I know not of the time nor the hour of his demise, but rest assured that it will not necessarily be through my hand.
Well,
That was a
that's
very
cool.
non-answer.
That's very cool, actually, because I thought you were gonna like one day just go like.
I mean,
"Boom."
he still might. He said it might not necessarily be him that kills
It's
you.
not by him though. That means hey, that's a plus.
Oh, he
one.
said
Why
not
not?
necessarily. So
It
he
could be
still
by
might.
someone else.
I'm just
Curious
thinking,
with
like,
an
if
expert.
you're kindling, and that fire becomes more, you're just gonna turn to ash eventually.
Then I could be reborn as a fish.
Okay, I was like with you on the reborn. You know, maybe, but a fish might not be the best suit for you.
Swim. Anywho, go over here and do some push-ups.
You don't want that spar anymore. You're just gonna do push-ups.
No, I'm just gonna do push-ups. You made me think too much at the start.
I told you know what? I told you to do spar so you weren't thinking so much, and then
No,
you
but
wanted
then-
to talk to the sword, and now you're thinking too much anyways.
Yeah, you made me go back on my idea. I'm just gonna go over here. Mr. Zim, it was great talking to you again. I can't wait for us to kill the next thing. Who knows? Maybe we'll kill the giant pig in the area. That'd be fun.
A word of caution. The more I get to know you and the more I get to hear you speak, the more I realize you seem to be uneducated of even the most mundane of information. For the sake of both of our sakes and our tenure forward, I would be more open and predisposed that you might refer to this one. And you would, at this point, there is a small channel of smoke, almost like like an arrow pointing towards Carter. He seems to be generally knowledgeable.
Yeah. I'd rather you not rely on me for knowledge.
He
Yeah,
is
rely on you
useful.
all the time, then.
I mean, I
Use
don't
him.
mind you rely on me as a teammate, but no, you just go to Uriel. He knows a lot
Use
more than I
him.
do.
Use him.
Use you?
The voice
Alright.
just sort of fades. Use him, and then there's like a comical line of smoke, of blackened smoke, and it's just like a hand pointing towards you, Carter, just like, and it's just slowly retreating to the pommel of the sword.
Well, Alice just shrugs.
I'll help you the best I can, I guess.
Sounds great. I want to make
Just
the bear
don't-
disappointed.
I really like. I don't want to make something that can incinerate me disappointed either. But just don't wake me when I'm sleeping.
That would be bad.
I can't promise that.
Ah, brother, what are you doing here? I thought you were. I don't know what you were doing.
I was forming a plan.
Oh, what's your plan? Do tell.
Oh no, there's pigment out here. It's fine.
Anywho, back to push-ups.
Down for push-ups.
I kind of made Auris think too hard about speaking to his to Zim, and now he's gone into workout mode. I think I kind of broke
Zim.
him.
Release me!
Yeah, I now have responsibilities that I didn't want. The Phoenix apparently now relies hours to get knowledge from me. I really don't want that responsibility.
Really? That's strange.
I gave her directions of where we are, and kind of
That's
how
what-
long it might have been in the sword.
That's what happens when you deal with beings you don't entirely know about. The people who have done that are, well, Aurus, Uriel, Jester, and I'm pretty sure you as well.
I'm chilling. I'm big chill, but I am kind of I'm a little bit concerned about the Phoenix. It made like a very non-statement about how like I'm concerned that it's got to burn him up eventually, and like use up his life for its own purpose. And it made a very non-sentient statement saying it won't necessarily be him that kills him, which means it still could. So just keep an eye out if you could. Yeah, I'm worried about that.
You know,
Out of
If
character,
there's
that
one
it
thing-
generally could just be Zaki just phrasing it like that, and it literally has no issue. But like, it irks me, especially that face is doing.
The more I spend time with this group, the more I realize just how many more problems keep piling up.
I mean, we do
everywhere.
seem to have problems. He's now bound with Sim's a Phoenix, right? I was kind of outside with those weird
Yes.
tentacle face. Okay, Uriel. I don't know what the deal with Uriel is. That was before my time.
Oh no,
He
it's
signed
a
a
long
path to
story.
the abyss.
Oh fuck it! Why do you people keep? You know, I'm like pretty good at keeping an eye out, but you guys keep creeping up on me. He's a vampire. No offense, Jester. Sis, she's also a vampire. Everybody seems to be like has something up. I have magic. That's interesting enough. I mean, luckily you seem to be untainted. It's nice to see that you're okay, brother. I know you died. You're back. That didn't leave any like residual side effects, did it?
I
You
was
coming back?
trapped in limbo
He was like,
for what felt
he's
like
like,
years.
Shit, what was that like?
it's like, I'm glad, like, you're normal, brother. And he's like, I suffered generations of trauma.
Trauma.
It felt like
Generations of trauma.
300,000 years.
years.
No, because I keep circling back to that point where Zorky is like, "You walking feels like it has been years," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, bro!" That one sentence that he said, and it stuck with me, and I'm like, "Man, bro went through a lot." Yeah.
Like hearing you
Mm.
say that, like that you were, it felt like years and years that you were there. I'm just gonna like just give you a proper bro hug. Just like it's okay, brother. Wait, you're back now. I'm here. Hopefully, Sis will be back soon.
Give me a
can't do
persuasion
a
check.
normal-
Give me a
You
persuasion
can't do
check,
a normal
Matthew.
hug because that's
Oh, what's my persuasion?
not
Ah,
masculine enough. So he put bro in front of
I have a 31.
Oh.
It is like with a 31 in persuasion. It
You
is
stop
like.
bawling.
Actually, wait. Hold on, let me make it. I'm gonna roll something real quick. Okay. No, 35. Okay.
Huh? What?
You-
I don't remember. Hey, oh, guys. I remember you guys were rolling crazy, but I don't remember that. I don't remember
Dude, I
that.
hit you with
I
that
don't-
expertise and persuasion. He's hitting you with expertise and fucking wisdom.
Wisdom saves. You hug him, and for a faint second,
not nearly as impressive.
there is a just an ounce of vulnerability. And I mean true, genuine tiredness. However, after that second passes, you see Kaldar hugs you back very hard. He takes his hands and he hugs. Bro hugs
You're in
back.
full armor, so all you hear is like,
And if you try to look at his face, he just has a straight, disciplined, rigid look in his eyes before he lets go. And very politely, you hear, "Thank you, I appreciate that."
"Ah,
As you realize, this man with a 31 of persuasion, this man is holding it in. He is holding it in.
Fucking he rolled a perception.
Nah,
What are you
I'm
trying to
still
perceive?
crazy. I'm kind of crazy. Like he got a 31, 35, and 22. Fuck, were you guys this? Damn, guys.
We wasted our high rolls on this on a bro.
No, I don't care. You know what? I don't care. I really don't.
Oh my God.
It's in the spur of the moment.
What
Choose
are you-
character.
What are you trying to perceive, by the way, Morgan?
Yeah, what are you trying to look? What are you trying to search
Are
for?
you trying to see him cry?
Oh wait, I rolled the wrong one. Hold on.
What's the wrong one?
I still rolled a 7 and I got a 24 out of it. So
That's
That's pretty
good.
good.
See, this is my problem with high level D&D. God.
Oh my God! If only we could roll this high in actual combat. What the fuck? Stop using our
Yes,
good
we-
rolls.
We have
I feel like I
everyone
just
has a
took wrong.
connection to something regardless, which is a common.
I
common
hate
knowledge.
high level D&D. You gave him the
Yeah.
ability. This is homebrew.
But, we'll prevail. We'll keep moving onward. I hopefully intend on. I hope this group does the right thing. That's all I hope for. I'm simply just here to do my work and get that finished. Well, it's become more complicated now that you're here, but it's not a bad thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was complicating things. I mean, I'm
No.
more or less. I'm on your side. I'm like. I mean, I have stakes in this.
To be fair, brother, I've not seen you in years, and then you come by
know, that's
out of
fine.
the blue. So
Yeah, it has been
I
what,
mean,
like
it's no
70?
insult.
80?
It's just you can understand how that kind of makes
Oh no,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, we're practically strangers. I mean, it's sad to say.
Yeah, it sounds
I
pretty
mean,
strong.
No, it's
I knew you better than you knew
Yeah.
me. You were just a kid. And so was Shimizu. So I mean, honestly, I'm pretty sure she doesn't bloody remember.
if there's anything I'm
I-
hopeful for, I'm just glad for. Actually, I'm thankful for the fact that all of us are away from home now. I never really liked home. It wasn't nice. It was never
Yeah,
pleasant.
I was glad to get on the sea. I'm pretty sure Dad
And
tried to have me killed. I'm not gonna lie.
even I will say this, despite the circumstances we've been in, despite the fact that I've literally died and returned, the time that we have spent together has been more meaningful than any day we'd spent in that house under mother and father. It was terrible.
I would
I
toast to that
agree.
if I had a drink in my hand. Just
That's
totally.
here
So-
too. Perfect. We can watch
Yeah.
together.
If
I mean-
if there's, I just hope we all do the right thing. That's all I ask. I don't.
Of course.
There's just so many problems, and I know that some of us don't want to be the problem solvers, but there is opportunity everywhere, everywhere.
I
even
couldn't
then.
agree more.
I mean,
So
I feel like they're all gonna do the
Sign
right
that.
thing, mainly because
sign
like
that, you fucker.
not they might not do it for the right reasons, but they'll do the right thing for whatever reasons that they need. If it's money, whatever. Like I have my reasons, you have your reasons. I'm sure ours. What are your reasons for being here? You're really just.
I was kind of just Austin like.
I'm just.
I don't really-
I'm just expecting the
I-
response to be
Oh,
push-ups.
here, I'll salvage the moment. Also, I know what ours is here for. Ours
Oh, could you tell
spoke
me
with the
then?
fun.
That question really stopped my brain.
That is a very tough conversation to have if
Is
you're
that a
willing
tough
to have that.
topic?
Yes, it is.
Oh. Is it like a big thing to have, or
Yes, it is.
it's not very fantastic? I assume, right?
No, it's not. It's not bad per se, but it's certainly not good.
Mm.
I'll say that much.
Okay. But well, whenever you want to have a conversation about it, I wouldn't mind to have it. Are Furby
Mm.
not next to pig creatures? Because
I mean, luckily we're not right now
I
next
mean,
to big creatures.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The thing is, I don't really have a lot of memories about stuff like that.
That's fine. I assume that you're really just here because Sir Mordred asked you to be here, which is great. You're honestly phenomenal
Really,
warrior.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't remember him till like a few weeks ago when he first talked to the guy. I don't remember anything else besides that.
Yeah, we literally watched you get birth out of like a piece of sap.
Yeah,
It was
I know.
very distressing.
I still don't even know what this hole in my chest is for.
I will summarize it as best I can before we have a
Okay.
talk. Sir Mordred saw a great potential in you but your origins are scary.
He definitely
Oh.
thinks you're a stand user.
Oh
Yes.
shit! Really?
Much like me with my stand, Silly Platinum.
Oh my gosh. Maybe that's what Zim is. Zim is the sand you speak of.
He's your silly platinum.
My god. Maybe Flounder, I'll name it.
But
Your name is Flounder.
round the conversation back. Yes. Yeah. Whatever the case may be. I personally, I've already accomplished my goals in life. I just now have things in the moment I need to get finished, such as, well, responsibilities with the church, the second, or the revival. Yes, Lee, of course. Looks to the side.
Yester, what's your
I'm,
goal?
I'm sure by the time we get back to Fernwood, she'll have probably arrived. And if
I
she's with
really hope
if she's with your religious brothers, she might be a nun at that point. At that point, I'm so sorry.
I just want a night with no stress, not have to worry about.
Oh, I know what you're
anything
talking about.
else.
A night with Yesley. I know what you're talking about, brother. Hey.
No, not.
Oh, is this that
And
sexual
not that
intercourse I hear much
vulgar.
of?
No.
You're speaking to a bishop of the church right now. You can't.
Hey, they can let
I know
loose.
that he-
Oh,
Every
that
if
he-
people don't,
I might
people
be a
don't
bishop,
let loose.
but at the
Hold
end
on,
of
I
the day,
will-
I'm still Kaldar, so
I'll put it with
it's
my
completely
hands then
fine,
to make
Jester,
it more
really.
safe.
You see, you just hold on.
It might be a little quicker
Like
than
that part? Oh, quicker, okay.
Oh, regardless, despite
A little bit-
both of
little
your
bit better
antics,
technique.
no, I just want
Most people finish by then.
peace. I just want.
You're finishing way too
peace.
quickly if you're finishing that quickly.
I said most. Not
Never
me.
mind.
I know you're a speed
Forget the point. You
Yes,
see?
we need
Forget
yes
the
we need
point.
we
None of you,
we need to get off
none
the
of you
topic of
are
it.
mature enough to even speak with this conversation with a
I'm
straight
very
face.
mature.
So it's...
I've seen at
it's-
least 2 female creatures.
Oh my gosh.
You know what?
Oh my.
One of them was a shadow beast.
You see that Kaldar looks at you, the DM,
Looks into the sky, into
looks
the
at the
roof of the
camera, just like those office skits. We're just looking at the camera like,
As we transition back to Uriel.
Lo-fi beats. to
yes,
study
Ruby.
arcane magic too.
Look, 5
boom,
beats.
boom, 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 boom.
As the group outside seems to be heavily in disclosure, Uriel, you have a few hours have passed since your initial commencement of study, and you find that some parts of this is draining, but you yield fruit nonetheless. In order to begin the process of an adaptable thinking, a somewhat pseudo-conscious creation, first you would need to delineate a large vestiture, Yeah, vestiture, I believe is okay. Vestige, a large vestige of magic, extraordinary to what you have been doing. It is a methodology that would be composed simply for even the beginnings of a synthesis of a consciousness. This would be primarily devoted so that the creature would be capable of having some thoughts of its own. And to do that, you would need a unit. It would need a receptacle from which it could store and channel this information from. A font of magic.
Put in his hole. He was just talking about it.
Oh my god, that would.
The hole in his
Never-
chest, Zaki.
No, I know
You
what you
guys are
meant.
so
I just I know what he meant, but I just realized how that could go. Wow. Anyway,
Hit his
Anyway-
hole.
what I'm trying to say before I being obviously distracted is you would need to pour in magic before you can even consider the consciousness portion, which I would like to point out. How you might go about acquiring the consciousness even escapes you, even with your initial efforts. How you might have a synthesis of being from nowhere is quite improbable. Your initial thoughts are towards caging the souls or having been reminded and recently invoked by shadow remembrance of a past age, it is very well plausible for beings well beyond the dead to maintain lingering aspects of their personality or relay certain commands, as you've seen with, well, the storm giant corpse encounter. At the very least, in order to create a proper receptacle, you would need to, aka the elemental gems, you would need to pour in magic gradually over time. Any large quantities at a time would cause the current receptacle you have to crack, to lose form entirely. Largely, how elemental gems, which you've previously been exposed to and done research, they've been exposed to low voltages of magic for a high period amount of time, to the point where the material object naturally becomes a conduit and starts having some own reservoirs of magic. In order to make a being much similar to that, you would need to begin the process of, 1, finding a correct thing you would like to imbue, and 2, begin the process of imbuement. The duration and the initial strength of the magic largely depends on the item itself. For this ruby, if you were to begin infusing it, it could contain, as a player, it could contain a spell slot of 3rd level, but no higher. What that would result in is, in terms of the creature's intellect or its independent prowessing, is far superior than to anything of meager magic. So, simple terms, the greater the magic, the greater the intellect, the greater the capability of it being able to adapt to the world around it, considering it can draw upon the power that is naturally imbued with it. However, how you would go about that and the sort of balancing agent depends on the body of works, whatever it is containing it, whatever gem or whatever object.
Terminator.
I need to find the right gem. And then I need to find a necromancer.
He's making a Terminator.
A construct as like a Terminator would go hard, especially if it had AI.
That's what this whole brain stuff's about.
You guys are thinking too small.
Oh god. He's making all of Skynet.
Hive mind?
The
Collective.
biggest, because what I believe, what sets what you are trying to do, and correct me from what our previous conversations, this being would be able to engage in somewhat take commands as well as act independently of its own to a fault. The issue with Malum, Aurelius, and Gregorius is they are stoic in their programming. They are beings that are agents of your will, but disappointingly, that is their bond, that is their shackle. What you seek to create is something external, but nonetheless is bound to you by the hip, willing to obey your commands, but its interpretations to reach your ultimate goals is different. It will act accordingly, and that, I believe, that is the synthesis. There is the hardest part.
I need a conscious construct.
Something obedient, but something not too free thinking at the same time.
Exactly. Hopefully.
I love my tome. I love my eldritch knowledge.
I love it, but I need more.
I
He's
need
making
more.
a housing unit for his Eldritch god.
Eldritch.
I don't have a gun. I'm not stupid.
You're just willingly accepting power that it just gives you willingly for nothing in return.
But
Precisely.
Check chat. Check chat. This is you right now. This is you right now. Hold up. I'm pulling up again.
Okay.
I love my tome.
And let me go to some. Make check.
Hey, look. Also,
Do you
by the way,
guys think
update,
Maximilian's still alive?
Yes.
Maybe.
100%.
Who?
Oh, yeah, totally.
You know, the guy we're gonna go
So-
see.
I just want to say the download speed at the older building is better than at the newer building that I was at.
Pros and cons.
Why did the music change again?
Oh yeah, I forgot that my music wasn't working.
About to
Is it
see a
working now?
pig fucking bust down the door.
That
What the
pig
fuck is going on?
busted down the door.
There is a great
FBI,
tremor.
open up.
There is a great tremor that can be felt with all throughout the masses of the cave, as regardless of where you are in your being, you feel something opening up from the ground below, something stirring, something that causes the initial worry of the surrounding stalactites to become less of an issue, but you hear the sounds of something heavily make an impact from outside the cave, but meanwhile inside you feel the ground sink a few inches. The ground, once stone, sort of crumble. You would see a large sort of crack split the earth, and it sort of creates this canyon between some of you. And it goes down deep, and you would see the beginnings of some ravine, and you hear the sounds of hissing and a bit of steam rising up. As through a cloud of ash, do you see something down below, the familiar sensations of a lava. And the ravine goes from where it was initially tens and tens of feet to roughly something indescribable. And you would notice that the small cave opens up, and you would see the large, somewhat central cavernous, the large central cavernous network begins to expand downwards, more than what you initially thought. And largely, you really believe the source is in tandem with what can be heard outside, as there is a large following of a gong. And I would like to presume that majority of you have been outside of Dracula, carrying out your business. I would like a dexterity saving throw from everyone at the time.
+6 for everybody next to me.
And I think
Bravo.
at this juncture, I think it would be Carter, presumably Aurelius, Jester, everyone
Jester.
except Uriel. Let me be honest, everyone except Uriel.
Oh,
To the
okay.
wolf.
Never mind. I didn't
You
get a
know,
5. I got a
Al-Hazred
20.
was listening in on the conversation about. It's funny.
You say +6.
No, he
37.
said you're good, Uriel.
Yeah, I know.
Well, the earth opening up and trying to swallow was not my bingo card for today.
So you get a 37, Carter, and then
Uriel, I
Case
would
gets a
presume,
19.
has been in Dracula the entire time, so like he's fine.
Dracula just falls in with Uriel in it.
I assume it's like.
I
spider
would,
senses where it goes
I
off and
would
then-
like a dexterity saving throw, Uriel, to roll for Dracula.
For Dragon?
Dracula.
Alright.
Yeah,
Does Dracula get?
Dracula does have a
+6
stat
for-
block.
Well, let's read it. It might not apply. Hold on.
I don't think it would apply to this in this instance.
I don't think it would apply either because it's not a.
Dude's trying to
person.
destroy Dracula for the last time. He's like just jumping in
What
lava.
if we just? Okay, question. What if we just let him? Mud. What if we just let him? Let him.
That's
take
what
it,
I've been
all of it?
saying.
What do you,
That's
like,
not what I'm
if
getting
this guy
at.
really wants us
He,
not
cle-
to
he
have
clearly, he
I-
clearly
that's not
hates
like
it.
That's
Because
not what
every time we get Dracula becomes an issue. He's like, no, but Dracula.
Every time
it's
when
not-
if
it
the
blows
wind
over.
blows,
Oh, no,
Dracula
the
gets
wind
damaged.
blows it
Bro.
over. Oh no!
In either
Okay,
case,
there's a light breeze, and Zarky's like the armor is ripped from the side of Dracula. It's irrecoverable, scattered to the wind.
Yeah, so it loses a -2 permanently to AC, but you guys keep the cart though.
While you guys are inside of
so-
Dracula, you have permanent nightmares.
in either case, everyone succeeds, feeling somewhat sensing or having some somewhat sensing the rumbling and the tremors of the ground. Each one of you takes the necessary precautions, seeking to higher grounds, grabbing onto the sides of the cave's walls or the surrounding columns there. Each one of you are nearly able to avoid what appears to be a large rift between you lot that has left the cave somewhat divided. And as for the walls themselves, there seems to be cracks, and largely you look all in unison. There seems to be where it seems to funnel up an origin and sort of burrow from the ground. You notice that there it leads to the western side of the cave wall, where you can see there is a large degree. It's almost as if lightning had struck, and it's somewhat the chaos of the cracks branching out. there is a little bit of rumbling, and the stone is sliding downwards. But other than that, that is about it. As something out from outside largely created this large upheaval of Earth. In what yours. And yeah, that's about that. Without getting too much into it.
Just chilling.
So now what? What the hell are we gonna do about this big ass crevice in here? Let's have a look
See-
down. Let's peer into it.
Hard cut with like Kaldar with his arms over both Alrus on one side and then Carter on the right. Just because +6. Then he lets go. You see he peers down.
As you peer downwards, you are hit with a large degree of hot air, and gas just tickles the undersides of your chin. And you do see a familiar light, but in the places where it's shadowed and absent, do you see it almost narrowly. The best way I could describe it, it sort of jumps down at a steep angle. It's a harsh incline in some areas. In other areas, it's the best way to describe it. It's platformed out. Some areas are more deeper. Some areas are more sort of dips and crevices where you can sit down and reach in. But there's almost like miniature islands, if that makes sense, where pieces of rock have been broken up, some higher, some lower. And yeah, that's how I could describe it.
I'm gonna pick up a rock. Just a little sizable chunk right outside my palm.
Okay.
Within a brief instance, partisan. Sorry, I'm so tired. Kaldar.
You're fine.
Will cast the cantrip light to light it up, and then he's going to drop it and just watch it fall.
All you hear is,
curiosity.
"Ow, that hurt!
Oh, what the hell, dude?
I'm just a lava guy. Why would you touch rocks at me?"
And as you cast the spell into the rock, you see it. It drops from a miniature sun, becomes nothing more than a fading light in some areas, until eventually you hear it clip some side of another wall before it falls entirely out of view. But largely, from the sights of things, it's at least 60 feet in a straight shot downwards before it bounces off another wall and it goes wider somewhere else.
Well, turns and looks back. I don't think a crevice that breaks in the middle of this cave, this specific cave, would happen without a reason.
Al, what do you make of this? Not you, Alrus.
Al
Hazard.
Hazard
Hazard
looks...
appears to have appeared.
Hazard looks a little bit visibly shaken up, but you can see he's pointing presumably to the western wall, where you can see there's the initial impact, with perhaps the source of the initial rumbling, and he points and he traces it, and you can see there is some glaring holes of light from the outside world peering through. It's almost as if a church light in its sort of stained glass, if you get what I'm saying, the sort of draped down effect. He points over there, and you can see there seems to be a large bastion of his attentions, as now each one of you can hear what appears to be a gong in full display. And you can hear what appears to be the clash of steel and steel, and a overwhelming cacophony of snorting and oinking as the swine outside are making merry in a raucous audacity. They are loud and haughty, and it almost, now that these miniature holes have opened up, it seems to be echoing and reverberating more intently, more than what you imagined. The limestone acting as a muffler, now somewhat in open display. Though you can peer periodically what's happening outside if you wish.
With
I could have
my
been here for
perception.
hours. I feel like they know where we are.
I think I will. I think I'll take a look outside. Mr. DM.
Okay. And as you climb the limestone in some capacities, you look up, having to extend yourself a few feet. You would see what appears to be a large plethora of. Actually, let me change the music for this. Hold on.
I wish I could hear it, but my music isn't working right now.
It's the collector soloing them.
You would see a large ensemble, a arena has been assembled in since your last whereabouts. You would see a large supply of the same limestone that built up the cage, staggered in the formation of pillars, miniature eyres and representations of the heavens. Some accursed swinic scrawl written in an abyssal tongue is lit and inflamed, and you would see there are several of these same drummers bellowing and hawking as what appears to be two muscular swinemen, one armed with a meat hook on one hand and a shield on that side, and one with a elongated butcher's blade becomes battling it out entirely. You would see the butcher raises his long muscular arm, and with the sweeping notion begins to, what is the proper term, disembowel his opponent, as you would hear a large scream from the surrounding armada, and you would see a plethora of blood begins weeping and pouring out of this other opponent. There is a whimpering that can only be felt of a dying pig before he is cut down, and he raises and decapitates the man as a small miniature trophy. He raises it kind of like Ewok, no, kind of like Wookiee style, as he raises it into the air. Though that is the initial butchery, what you see, you can see there is another member of the audience that quickly follows after him, as this is a miniature grand act of, well, as Alhazard said before, this is some ritual or some custom that seems to be going on. And you would see at the figurehead, you would see there is a miniature throne enacted. You would see a smaller swine with a uniquely pointed bandana pointed up as his head. You has a miniature horn at the side, and you would see this large amalgamation of flesh. You would see a larger swine, though his physique is fattened of years of decadence. You would see it is gelatinous. It is this macabre mixture of fat and sinew, muscle and depravity formed into a single being. The only thing that gives an indication of his status is a somewhat junctured in ivory rusted crown pointed at his head, where you can see it has been inlaid to the point where the fat and brine grow over it, and there seems to be protruding and somewhat mutilating his own temples. As he himself seems to be enjoying this display, his rather regal appearance strikes you not much of a prince, but a king. A swine king is an audience, as he seems to be taking and making merry of the affairs.
Oh.
But give me a quick perception check.
Get your bow and just shoot the king in the head.
Dude, imagine crossbow like sniper. Nah, that wouldn't kill him.
Kings can't go down with a single bolt.
Some do.
You haven't tried yet.
That's a nat 1, but yeah, we'll burn this person.
How dare we kill these piglins?
Okay,
they belong to their nether.
18.
With 18, as you quickly take a look outside, you just eyes carefully furrowing, making sure that no one has caught wind of you. You tuck your head back before you almost curiously poke it out once more. It would seem that the overwhelming amount of attention is sourced on this barbaric display, this miniature coliseum. The amenities, entertainment seem to have caught the attention of all in the audience, as you don't seem to be a member. You are the silent spectator, completely unknown to them. As from your vantage point, you sit a little bit up, but you would just see that the noise is so loud and quite frankly, without screwing myself in the tongue, they haven't caught notice of you. If anything, the miniature sort of eruption just seems to have caught most of their attention, but that's about it. The sort of a sudden, you presume that was a source of attention as it was quiet, but that's about it. About it.
About it.
About it.
Partisan
Brother, what's going on out there?
eerily quiet. He's just like,
Also, my food is here. I'll be right back.
So, what are we gonna do?
so, brother, I do
Yep.
not want to alarm you.
Okay,
but
I'll try
right
not to be alarmed.
outside- the-
Yep.
Right outside is not only an entire band of swines, but
Okay,
there
well, we
is
knew
a
that from the gongs.
swine king
have a
outside.
You think you can shoot him?
It is this giant thing. It's like a giant slug. It's disgusting. Uriel, get over here.
Keep your voice down. It's a crack in the wall. They could hear you.
It sounds
So-
like a bad idea.
Their king is Jabba the Hutt.
Okay, I know
Who?
I have not the best ideas, but I think the
You know,
idea
Jabba the
of
Hutt.
going out there
Their king is
now
Jabba the Hutt, big slug-looking guy.
sounds even worse.
I mean, I've had my fair share of differences with kings and all that, being a thief, but I don't even. It's not a king. It's like a hunk of flesh. It's just a pig thing.
That's
It's
kind of how most
giant.
kings are. Do you think you can
Um,
kill it from this distance?
No, not at all.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
The only idea I could think of ending it all right now is the divine favor I've been granted, but that would be a waste. I'd rather save it for something more personal, intimate.
Why would you say it like that?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
As in, personal to my heart? I don't. Well, what's the problem with that?
I just imagine our sister there just doing this again.
Very imminent.
I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on Carter.
Hey,
Not
I,
looking.
as a player, I'm saying that Auris is doing that. Okay, well,
This just sounds like
I-
ass. I'm gonna be completely honest.
I mean, I feel like they know where we are. They haven't moved on in hours. They clearly know that we're in this location.
They're current. Would you say they're watching a fight right now?
They have this strange arena ritual where there's two of the biggest pigmen fighting each other for
Who-
entertainment.
Who's winning?
The one with not the one with the cleaver is winning.
Of course.
As you look back, Calder, you see what appears to be a new opponent has challenged the butcher. You would see he has a quiver of what appears to be spears. You would see he reels back and he roars out. He launches his spear, and you would see it finds itself deeply purchased, narrowly missing what appears to be a major artery, but it still finds itself deeply plunged into his shoulder. And the butcher, long starved of any longly free of any injuries, you see he falls to the ground and collapses.
Wow. Just
Spear
like
guy
that,
won.
huh? Oh no, sorry, not the cleaver. One with a spear just killed him.
Oh shit. That was
Why are they
fast.
just? I mean, I assume it's for sport, but does anybody know like the habits of these swine guys?
No, I've never seen these
first
things
time
my
seeing these
entire
things.
life.
What do we have here? As Alhazard peeks his head out.
Make some room. Sure.
Oh, thank you.
Over.
Oh,
Just
yes.
off a little bit of it.
Well, I have good news. It would appear that we would not have to be here as long as possible. Give it a day or two, that one will be finished with his cull and have fattened up by that point. The issue is that I can't tell the age of that one, but that thing, and he points to the monarch swine, that will be of our biggest concern. Though I will say, the warband will certainly have lost numbers in order to feed its satiable hunger.
Ooh, was that the big one? That was a big one they talked about. That was in Rosewood. Is that the big guy? Is it that guy?
Are you? What we see here has nothing much, to my knowledge, has nothing to do with Rosewood. That is a creature more concerned with what lies slightly adjacent to Ruby's Rest, but more closer to Maple Leaf. The swine aren't native to this region. If anything, I believe they were tracking someone or one of my accomplices to have even gotten this far. They rarely go far out, but this one, that swine, seems more eager than the rest of his brothers, I'd assume. Interesting.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying, like, I got information from who write about this, like, big guy, pretty big, saying that, oh, this is big guy that destroyed Rosewood, or at least toppled probably a big mass of it. I don't know if it's that guy or if he has a cousin that's also a big guy. That one's pretty big. Looks like a weird
Uriel
ball.
picks up a rock
Yep.
and he casts a spell and the rock breaks, and he casts hallucinatory terrain. For the next 24 hours, the rock face is going to appear solid, so anyone who tries to look through it will just see like the normal rock face, despite there being a hole. Just in case.
No,
Can
well,
you
that
for
would
me?
steal some of that worry up.
Yes, here.
Would you do
I
it for...
had to- There
Oh
you
my
go.
god, oh my
That's
god.
is the
Oh
area.
my
It's 150 foot
Forgot to be
cubes, so it
covered
should be
bit
the
more.
rock face.
Gotcha. I assume you... Would this... Well, since you guys would be aware of its illusion, would you... I'd assume you'd be able to see through it as normal, correct?
I don't know how it works from the inside, but as soon as I cast it, I'll be like, there you go.
Because in my mind...
Rock face should appear normal from the outside now.
Because in my mind, I'm assuming this is like a one-way mirror. Or at least that's the way I'm interpreting
That's how I've interpreted it. Kind of like the spell where like you rest. What was that one called again?
Catnap?
Oh, catnap.
No, the other one.
Oh,
The one where you
sleep?
just like have a shelter.
Oh,
It's
Lehman's
Tiny Hut?
Yeah, I imagine it's like Tiny Hut, pretty much.
Yeah, in this instance, I think that would be more than appropriate. Also, I will be eating salt. Sorry, lads.
Oh. No, you're fine. You're fine, bro.
From the outside, it'll look like it's normal.
Cool. So we get to watch combat and stay safe.
Most likely. I don't think that they're particularly intelligent. I hope.
No, and it seems they're more
Probably the
preoccupied
king
with enjoying the
finding
fight.
it. The king might be wiser, but
Can I study the king? Just watch over him and just see how he's observing the fight. Just try to base his actions and such on what he's seeing.
You can give me a insight check with advantage.
Sure.
Coming from a
Watch Jabba the
warrior
Hutt.
culture.
Oh, you know what we could do with this lava?
Nice.
Got a
yeah. Out of character. I know what you mean, bud.
You gaze upon the king that that is currently regally propped up on a stone throne. You know that though there is inaction in its movements, its eyes scream of a insatiable hunger. As you would see, there is a quiver of its lip. You would see it raises its arms and it taps on its throne periodically. Its trotters are firmly pressed into the ground, though there is a shaky nervousness to the leg, and you would see, more telling than all, a overwhelming saliva that seems to fester around its face, where it forms a pool towards its chest and its lower half, and it has this massive belly where it just sort of folds and it gets lost in its creases. Overall, you see the creatures waiting, gallivanting, and savoring in the moment, but there is a very real hunger beneath the creature. As all of you would notice, as some of the corpses are being stacked up, the individuals, the survivors, continue to fight on. Those who are recently are dispatched and cut down are pulled off to the side, and you would see a line of butchers cutting them up, dispatching them, and you would see a tray of minor hogs, perhaps the runts of the group, offering it up to the king. In a quick and greedy fashion, you would see it with a swift fist. It grabs both the offering and the provider in swift tribute, and it begins feasting. And there is a as a living hog is both consumed as well as the fallen remains. As to all of you, you get the sense that this creature is culling its numbers to feed itself, while also at the frenzy and the enjoyment of the warband. Quite honestly, it's eating. It's a little hungry. It's eating.
These creatures very much live behind the fact of survival of the fittest, or the fattest, depending on how you look at it. But it's very hungry.
Hungry.
I'm hungry.
I think it's literally enacting survival of the fittest.
I guess are we just gonna have to wait this out then? I don't.
Yeah, we'll probably just wait. I'm gonna be studying the creatures, just to see how they fight each other. Mostly just to see.
You can do that.
In the future, if we do fighting again, which will probably be a closer future, at least then we'll discuss some facts about them. Be here studying.
Hey,
Hey.
you can make water, like you've made our food, right, Kaldar?
Yes. Why?
How much?
Well, presuming that I can create. You see, he opens up his.
You know, Spook's not in the game, but Spooks, you get an inspiration, buddy.
So true.
Where is it? I can create approximately 30 gallons of water. It would expend a powerful font, a level 3rd spell slot if I did this. But
I think I have a good cause.
all right.
I'll check back
not-
with you in 20 minutes.
I'm not
Be right
going
back.
to. I'm not going to ask what you want, but.
Uriel walks away. He's gone. He's doing his thing.
Oh,
You just-
okay.
Ours, I'll help you study. I know you get bored in
Wait.
a few minutes and go do push-ups.
Yeah.
No, I like studying combat. It's interesting.
This is going to be a
Well,
great session.
Glad we found something that you do like studying.
Yeah, it's fighting. I can't say no to fighting.
You said no to having a spy with me, but you know,
Oh yeah, cause not
Okay.
fight to death.
you only like fight to death.
Yeah, usually. Depends on the day.
Today is fight to death day.
Yeah.
Even in the weirdest of circumstances, the genius and the somewhat vanity of Mud never ceases to amaze and never ceases to amaze me. All of you watch as Uriel temporarily disappears. He gallivants and almost gleefully skips over to the ravine, and where there is a new festering warmth that causes a little bit of sweat, you would see that there is now a smoothing motion. The stone becomes more of a malleable clay in the hands of Uriel, your token transmuter, and in an area where the steam is the most pleasant or the most present and the most condensed. The stone around it seems to be grafted a form. A miniature basin slowly begins to around it, and you can see the heat is now more concentrated, and it is now hitting the bottom of this basin with a slight
You cream boiling water.
Your code comes back. Kaldai,
Yes.
you must check this out.
All right.
Truly a stroke of genius on my part. And I take him. I present to you this. Just add water.
See, at first there's nothing. Then there's a little smirk on his face.
We're gonna be here a while.
I think that would be really nice. We have soap. Do you know? As you see, he starts pulling out his his prayer book again.
I just hope Al doesn't drink at all.
Flips through the pages. By the power of Sedum, starts doing his ritual. Create food and water, and then as if left to right, drags it across. There is brunch and 30 gallons of water within like within a second. Boom, as it's right there.
Everybody, I would like to present to you the first annual Rosewood Bathhouse event.
God.
No, I actually like this idea. I could go for something relaxing right now. Really. And you see he puts the food aside. He starts to unravel some of the little like excess, like a little, like Baldur's Gate where you get the basket of food. You just open it up and there's stuff on there. It's like that. And then he just offers it out. And then he'll start uncorking the gallons of water and we'll start filling up the tub to make a hot tub.
And as you do that, there's that
Beautiful.
pleasant bubbling sensation and a slight audible hiss that tickles the underside of your chin as the gas disperses in a few strategically cut out places thanks to Uriel. And the little ravine now is something more than of a natural geyser, a natural sauna to take in the sights. And as it starts hizzling up, there is now this slight opaqueness in the air. It starts slowly becoming less clear as we're now cooking, gentlemen. I did not see this, but I am not against this. I can roll with the punches. I am liking what I am seeing.
Aurelius is gonna put his blade into the one he's sitting in to make it hotter.
Okay.
You're all welcome.
You just hear Zim scream, "No, take me out! No!
There's like him drowning.
You know,
in water. What
Uriel-
the
I really wasn't a fan of mages, but this I can get behind. As fucking Carter just starts to undress to get into some water.
This is very nice. Jester, take off your mask. We're bonding.
All right, sauna episode. Here we go.
This is not where I thought this episode was going to take us.
Yep.
As soon as you said the lava crevice, I was just like, I see it.
We're all bonding. Jester, take off your mask. We're bonding.
This is bonding time. Let's do it.
My mask stays on.
Take off your clothes.
His
My mask stays on during
sex.
bedtime.
Got your
I, like,
Fudoshi on.
as I'm getting ready to enter like the hot tub, like as I'm taking off my suit, like my undergarments are also like a miniature suit,
Oh my god.
You're in one of those fucking striped bathing suits, like from like the 1920s.
Yeah.
That's so fancy.
Whoa.
It has a bow tie as well.
Very high class uniform.
Wha-
This is where all my
Don't
money
I?
goes.
He's in a
Yeah,
bathing
where-
suit. Fucking Carter's stark naked.
Ours has a leaf. That's it.
It's a token generosity leaf that appears.
Yeah.
How big is this leaf?
It is enough to
I
cover
can't
you,
say that
and
part.
it is enough to cover and protect your
There
privacy.
you
Well worded.
go. Yep.
It is
Man of
enough.
Jesus.
It's a pine needle.
Oh,
Pine cone.
that is either one big
Oh.
or small fucking pine cone.
That is.
Who knows what happened to him in
Alright.
the fucking in those fucking dark, shadowy places.
Now that we're bonding over this great amount of water that the Weaver presented for us, Mr.
Well, that was all Keldar. I just made the tub.
Yeah, that also, Mr. Kaldar, Divine Man.
No way. Alright.
I have a question for you, Mr. Divine Man.
Yes.
Diamond.
See,
Seeing
he's
as
actually
we're-
taking off his armor.
Seeing as we're in a perfect bonding experience and we're all having a great time here, could you relate to me the stuff that you said before, seeing as this is the perfect time?
No, I will not.
What?
Oh, no, maybe it's just home.
I mean, no.
Unless the music changes into something much more somber, then perhaps I might. But
What are you
Um,
talking about anyway?
oh,
Oh, he
sorry.
said something about Sir Mordred and how there's stuff that happens with my brain.
There was a moment I had spoken with Sir Mordred. If you remember, he asked to see me before we left last. See, taking off armor. Yeah. But outside of that, I don't know. Do you want to talk about this now?
I mean, I'm naked in a tub with a bunch
Oh,
of
yeah.
people. I mean, it feels like a very relaxing time to speak about and get stuff off the chest.
It is boys' night.
Sure.
We
Give me
may
a
as well
second. Let me
talk deep.
hold on a moment. Let me get naked first. Hold on. You see, he starts
Do we have any
taking off
booze?
his taking off his
Unfortunately
robe,
not.
priest robe.
I mean, brother, can y'all like stuff create booze as well, or is it just water?
It's just water, unfortunately, unless you know how to make alcohol.
No, but now you
I
make
did
me want to learn.
study the fundamentals when I was doing the vineyard thing.
Yeah, well, it would take a
Um,
little bit longer than a few minutes, though. Clearly.
Yeah, the water never goes bad ever, so I can just create water on a whim, if need be.
Would you like some rum from the Shadowfell? I have one bottle I saved.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be lovely.
Okay, yeah, I'll try some Shadowfell rum.
Made from the
Shadowfell
blood
rum
of a
sounds
shadow
pretty-
beast.
Pretty
Sounds like it's
dark.
gonna be some strong stuff.
It's
Is
made
it
from the
still
blood of a
good?
shadow beast.
I never say no to rum.
Not answering
Shadow
that one.
Beast from the hit game Don't Starve Together?
There was a branch from Don't Starve.
Dieb's like, I hate it here. Alright.
Anyways, continue what you were saying.
Keldar will get in the tub. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You can have that ruby back. I'm done with it.
If you don't mind me asking, what was it for exactly? He starts putting it away.
I wanted to see exactly. I wanted to lay the foundation work down so I know exactly what I'm gonna have to do with the gem that I intend to use for my necromancy project.
It didn't have any
Can
dark
you-
magic link to it, did it? I mean, he did find it in this place, this horrible, horrible place.
Didn't feel anything.
I have a ruby. I have a jade. I have another gem. That I'm not sure. Do you know how? Are you good at appraisal? I believe I asked
No.
you this. Yes, that's right. But all right. Well, get in. The water's fine. Oh, it feels really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to some civilized area and actually get a gem worth a lot. But it's gonna be worth it later.
Oh my gosh, Uriel's gonna look like a wet dog. As soon as he gets
Yeah, you're gonna get out and just shake it like all the water off like a dog getting out of. Question: Does Calder just have like a giant like scar down his spine where it got ripped out, or were you like fully healed?
That's up to. I'm not gonna lie. That's up to the DM. I don't know. DM discretion. Does he have a scar? Does he have a scar?
Oh no, I got these scars.
I think that was.
Whoa. Okay, Joker.
Well,
You're
these
so
ghouls.
I think, despite all their best efforts, there is some lingering remnant of a scar, not as plastered or as like a large cyst to the side. I think it traces and it like rocky roads and bumps are all along your spine, but it is clearly an indication that there was some sign of injury there. Not like a large laceration, but like there. It
Like
is
surgery or something.
Yeah, it's noticeable like there was like a surgery done for sure, if that makes sense, and it's been since healed over.
Yeah, there's a scar.
Not like a crazy one. Not like
Crazy.
Crazy.
You know, brother, for a man that had his spine ripped out, you seem to have healed rather well.
Thanks to the efforts of the government, yes. So,
we don't have
yeah,
those.
all of that.
I'm gonna
we
assume
did.
ours is just covered in scars as well.
Oh yeah, he's pretty fucked up from like neck down is like there's a bunch of scars on his chest, arms everywhere.
In essence, yeah. In order to search for my sister, who never bothered to message me about where she was, I went to go look for her with some old folks, and we got into a fight, and my spine got ripped out, and I died.
Hey,
So,
well, at least you still have your looks. It could be worse. You could look like ours is all scarred up body.
You know, the funny part about that story is that his sister was fine with me.
she could have.
So,
All she had to do was there was semblance arrived at my door. I wouldn't have left, but I didn't know.
so I've never thought about it this way until now, but it was kind of all her fault.
To be completely honest, blood brother, there's a reason I have these scars because each of them is from someone I killed, and usually they're bad people.
Are they self-inflicted scars? I was assuming that you got them in
No, they're
combat.
from some of them. Like this one's an arrow scar from someone named Bougie. That's that one there.
Oh, fuck no. Oh, no.
There's another one from an axe mark. That's from a half-orc person. And then this one was from a smaller one. There was a small little gnome that stabbed and punctured the size of my elbow.
They have gnomes.
I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna kill this guy.
Yeah, the shadow gnome.
The shadow.
Nerf the fuck out of this guy. Pre-nerf.
I have
Blood
no
buddy.
idea who Bushi is or what it's from.
He was a great warrior. Somehow died to a pitfall though. Just
Fair enough.
More accurate, actually. He went
Yeah.
down to a pit.
For a second, I thought you were gonna be like, was it fucking Warmonger from Black Panther, where he like scars his body for everything he kills?
But
That's
yeah,
Fixer's Oz.
go ahead, Mr. Divine Man, about the story. I'm ready to listen. He puts his hands like this and just listens.
Wait! Get out the room first. You said the Shadowfell room. Let's get at least some drink in it before we.
He said, "Hold on, bring out the drinks first."
Hold on. He uncorks
Yeah,
it
because you said you were bringing drinks. What's
and he
going
puts
on?
it, and he puts it down to the side. It looks like a Kraken bottle, but it's like it looks like a swamp. Looks really bad. It's like, all right, we want some of it first.
Very murky. The moment he uncaps it, it starts bubbling a little bit.
It's very thick. It toughens you up. Put some nice.
It's the
shadow
poison that the evil queen like used to dip the apple in to give to Snow White. Is that fucking shit?
The skull just pops. You ever had what would be similar to this? If you ever had like weird fish, that would be like if you ever like bit into a fish. That would be. Like,
I've eaten some weird fish.
That's the least appetizing drink I've ever had described to me. Why would I drink it now?
It puts hair. Well, you already have a bunch. It puts more hair on your chest, and also your mustache.
I'm assuming that's. Never mind.
All right, slide some here.
I was gonna say, yeah, Yuri, when did you get a mustache?
I have had hair for a very long time, actually, since I was
No, it's
born.
quite
Actually,
it's quite distinct.
Yeah, you got a distinct like little twirl mustache.
Did you grow
Like those
that
business
I
overnight?
do.
venues.
I do.
Those,
It might be a
No,
quirk of
no,
new
Matt,
transformation.
it's
I'm
like
not
the
exactly used to.
oh, oh, yeah. Look in the reflection of the water. You. I didn't know you were growing one out. You might need to add a bit more to it though.
I don't know how am I growing a mustache.
it is quite
Oh,
strange.
okay, I see. I bet you think it's funny. Which one of you wasn't?
She feels so proud.
Anyways, yeah, slide us some of that rum.
Here we go. Here's some. I put up some.
Been a
glass.
been a while since I've had some rum.
I make
So like
Jester's glass a bit larger, just in case.
Keldor's like the neck, like the surface of the water's right here. His head and hands up like this.
You guys should try
Slouching.
some of the grog we have back on the ship. God, that stuff will last for. God, it'll melt a hole in the bottom of the ship if you drink too much of it.
This will last an hour
Good.
uncapped, so good luck.
Drinking straight ethanol. Yes, of course.
Wait, this will only last an hour after you've. I guess we're gonna
Well,
start
yeah,
drinking it.
It's from the Shadowfell. I don't know like time difference and such from this period to the
Chin
Penang.
chin. Just gonna
Yep.
take a shot.
For those,
like
I would like a investigation check from Uriel and Partisan, particularly,
Okay.
or anyone else who's.
This question I can provide in this moment, which would be a 16.
$24.
I tried. Good game.
As he uncorks the bottle, you can initially starve past the initial sensation, but as time progresses, it's not as rapid or as a sudden deterioration as you would expect, as the curse would have you presume, but rather it's almost this small evaporation. As time progresses, it's almost as if this agent of another world is slowly becoming united with one. And if anything, what results is the drink slowly starts evaporating before one can properly drink. It's just like mystifying and like condensing away.
Hey, you might want to close that.
Oh no, it'll go away. You only open this for special occasions. This one, either someone made it on the battlefield before they died, or you have it after you killed a mighty warrior. So
We better drink it quick then.
yeah,
Yep.
it's like
Chin.
limited time.
Oh, all right. Well, pass a cup.
Bottoms up. Here we go, Jester. I got you a straw to drink from under your mask.
Thank you.
It's like it's his
problem.
juice box.
Just, you know.
I got one for Al if he wanted.
You would
Al was in here
notice
with his barnacleness.
Al has taken an interest into the tub, and you would notice that he is slightly disrobed. He's wearing what appears to be a light tan robe, and you can see he's only got his feet tipped inside.
Hey, man, it's all or nothing. We're all naked
Wait,
here.
hang on a sec.
All right.
The disease this man had. Does he still have the disease?
Yes, the
Yes.
barnacle is at his
Okay.
right shoulder.
The disease is spread through fluids. If he fully gets in, does that mean we have a good chance of becoming exposed to said disease?
That's why he's in the other pond. Okay, there's 4 circles.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like one big thing. Okay, thank
sectioned it
fucking
off.
We
God.
have
for the
we have a
contaminated.
system. We have a Roman system. We have the cold bath, the hot bath
Then his own bath for the contaminated.
for
Let's
the
imagine you're
creature.
like the biggest, nicest one.
Right.
I imagine we're all in the one, except for
Yeah.
him.
Mm-hmm.
Our leg length. Alright, I have my drink. I'm ready to go. Mr. Devotion Aldar, if you would. Have my special notebook out.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's just a tablet and a etching.
I spoke very briefly. There's not much in terms of detail, but I'm sure if you're aware, yes, what my brother said was true. When you arrived in the sector in the dream realm, as we call, or I call it, anyways, You arrived from a chalice of blood. Your initial origin, based on the power you wield as a martyr, is dark. It's very. You see, he furrows his brow after taking his sip. Um, it's very grim. Sir Mordred believed that there was a great potential within you, and that was to be explored. Um, Knowing about this, there will be a point in which you will discover about your initial origin, and at that point, it is up to you to decide if you want to go through with it or if you want to change it. At the end of the day, I personally, knowing about this with what Sir Mordred told me, I can only influence you to do what may be considered right in the moment. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. You can either embrace the strange past that you have, which is not kind, or you can fight it, essentially. Um, Outside of that, I really don't know much about your history other than it's grim. So wherever you came from, whatever place you originated from, not just in the Shadowfell, but it's dark. You are troubled. And I don't mean that as an insult, but there is some craving in you that is to be unleashed.
Well, I don't have much of memory, but there are parts that I get back every now and then. I see visions of people back in the Shadowfell. I see visions of me destroying things and ending lives of people that seem scared and frightened of me. Not much of my family that I can remember, so I'm not sure if I have one or not, but the feeling of something I did then and the Shadowfell is like a purpose that I left behind and one that I did not succeed in. But there was some changing points. I guess on why I came to here, I guess, on the reason why I guess there's some sort of potential. I'm not entirely sure on that mark, but he saw something that not even I can see right now, then there must be some sort of reason that this he decided to put me here, that I've come to this plane instead of just perishing in battle. Guess eventually more of my memories will come back, and then I'm not sure after that, but for the time being, my goal is to help you guys much as I can. I don't know when I'll die in battle or if that will be a possibility, but until then I will keep fighting against these unknown creatures I've never seen and trying to I guess I'm trying to enjoy the simple things I didn't have back in the Shadowfell, the new experience to see. I'd like to
That's
try
an
and experience some
excellent
of that.
goal.
Thank you. I thought of it right now.
Although I will say, just because someone, you know, is more powerful than you doesn't mean that they're correct. You don't have to trust them because they brought you back.
Oh, well, of course. Well, I don't know if I should say this because I don't know how, like, stuff works here with, like, religious stuff. I'm gonna be completely honest. God's
Religious
fucking
stuff doesn't
shucked in
work
this.
mostly.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say God's fucking shucked in the Shadowfell. They were dickheads.
Oh no,
I'm
it's the
not
same
surprised
out
you're in a
here.
place called.
Oh, is it the same
I don't-
here? Okay. I'm so glad to see that still carries over to here. Well, you are religious as one of light, which is pretty cool. I give two shadow thumbs up for that.
No, that's great. That's great. What's the scaling on? By the way,
Well, it's I have two thumbs, so it's 2-0.
2-0, baby.
It's pretty good. I
I
put
mean, I'm
two.
not a religious guy myself, but I'm sure the gods here are a lot better than the Shadowfell ones. Maybe not all of them.
I still need to learn what brought me back. I could be a god. It could be a magic person. It could be a really strong bird, maybe.
Yeah. Have you
bird,
asked Zim?
God.
Yeah.
Have you asked
A bird
Zim if
seems
Zim brought you back?
I don't think it was Zim. No, I met Zim.
I don't think so either.
I met him in a car. That's different from the afterlife. I don't remember there being a lot of cars in the afterlife.
I mean, to be fair, we met you in a dream where we were asleep in our car.
Yeah.
I don't think there's many cards anywhere.
Oh, that's not common. Also, oh,
No,
Carts are
it's
common.
not.
What do you
Wait,
mean?
they are?
Cards- Not,
Oh, not
ours.
Oh.
Not
Um,
ours for sure. Ours is unique.
I just thought it was
we have
very
a-
common to see like flaming death machines like roaming the trees.
No, no.
The trees,
Our
darn
card
the
is-
trees.
It's an amalgamation of both science and magic, fueled by an adventurous sword.
fuck.
Well,
Yeah,
now
it's amazing and
it's-
terrible at the same time. It travels at great speed and has great destructive damage, but it breaks down a lot.
That's
Yes.
It's
It
a
seems
Range
more
Rover.
like a
Quite
liability
intimidating.
than. It seems more like a liability than actual transportations. I mean, it's fast, but it really is such a bothersome thing to take care of.
It needs
it's,
more armor.
It's pretty cool though. To be fair, I mean, it's the first experience in a car. It's my first experience getting stabbed by a pig creature, getting shot at by one, getting hooked in the back by one. There's a
And
lot
we're
of
all here
first
for new
experiences
experiences.
happen.
Yeah,
I
another
haven't
drink.
had I do not want any of those experiences. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I didn't
I'll have
see
you
you the whole.
know,
I thought you
this-
died during the fight. I didn't see you like once the whole time.
Yes, that's the
This,
point.
This
Okay, that's very good then.
land down south, initially cursed by a god of war, is now plagued by eldritch horrors beyond normal man's comprehension. So, take that.
I
as you
think
will.
you'll find that they're well within your comprehension.
I can't comprehend any of it.
Comprehensively, I want them gone. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well-
reasonable.
it's really,
I don't want to.
that makes
I don't
sense.
want to go to bed at night and look up at the sky and see that the moon is literally a squid.
Did you get
That seems
kissed by one?
miserable.
Did you get like a kiss on your cheek by one of the squids? I got like a weird squid. It like kissed me on the cheek and then left.
No.
When did that happen? I
Nope.
mean, I've interacted with
Happened when I
squid.
was sleeping. Weird
Is
squid
that-
came up with a weird
is
eyeball,
that-
gave me a kiss. And it
What
left.
are you talking
Is
about?
that why Calder had to shove his fingers to the back of your throat to cure
Oh, that
you?
was a different thing. That was a weird creature in my throat.
Wait, when was this?
I'm telling you, he's
I don't know, I think-
schizophrenic.
I think
Like
like a day
yesterday?
when we got here.
He's schizophrenic. Sounds
like
like
one-
man
one
wearing
day.
a. Never
I-
mind. Never mind.
I'm telling you,
Two and a half
he's
days.
Hold on,
actually
you
from-
gotta check this guy.
I think he's
He
just
did-
crazy.
That could be serious.
Hey, I am many things. Crazy is not one of them.
And you just said you got kissed by a squid.
So you got kissed by
I
a
don't
squid.
lie.
Was
It
it?
did. It gave me a
Did
kiss
it-
and then it left.
Okay, this
Did
is
you
a-
turn into a prince when it kissed you?
No, but I felt my arm go like a wibble wobble for like a second. But
This is an honest question.
yes,
Boys, he looks
Only
over
honest.
specifically at Carter and Jester. Do not laugh. And then he looks back over at Alris. You either, no laughing. This squid was. Did you think this was an attractive squid, or was it not?
let me think. On the scale of shadow thumbs up, I'd give it one upside down thumb.
Okay, that's good because
So, all right. So it's not.
at least
something
he's not
your
the
mind-
deep.
It's not. It's not something your mind came up with. All right. Well, it might
No,
be
definitely not.
something trying to visit you in your dreams.
It's
then.
weird to think about. Like I wouldn't like obviously I
I
would
don't
not
think-
fall in love with a squid. But I might fall in
Side-eye.
love with a
No, 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 no,
giant
no, no.
squid.
Don't say butts.
What, yeah,
That-
Kraken?
that-
I'm
so
just
you're-
saying, there's something about the size scale that makes it better.
I'll
Like
tell
if it
you.
was, we're obviously
Krakens
we're
are
for
not
the
something that
purpose
you
of the
would welcome.
hypothetical, we're assuming that it's conscious and can communicate.
Okay,
Yes.
Uriel, we're not going to talk about your giantism. Like,
Well,
No,
go
he's got a
go
point.
go look
Jester
at
has a point. That is a bit odd.
go
actually.
look at the moon for a while. Then go love that.
Go look at the moon.
I'd rather
Take
not
sure
look at the
nothing-
moon right now.
Sure, nothing bad will happen looking at the big squid moon in the sky.
That's the perfect criteria for what you just said.
It is. Yeah, he likes giant squids that have intelligence, and I'm pretty sure whatever Eldritch horror that is, it has intelligence.
Not particularly sexually. I
I'm
just think
just
it's
saying that-
possible. That's all I'm saying.
Another thing is, it's not out of the question that something might have visited Aurus. He's not crazy. I mean, this terrain is unpredictable. There's creatures of eldritch origin everywhere. Some we probably have never even seen in books, or have been forgotten about. So the only thing I can suggest is to stay alert and stay together. I mean, we're strong together, and when we're split up, we're not. So
Very, very true.
Zach, you're
if
falling asleep.
if anyone has
No.
if anyone has any sort of magic that might be able to aid with, I don't know, dreams or protection in sleep, that could work.
I mean,
Now,
you
I do
literally
have
just
a
said that he can
spell
go and haunt people's
that-
dreams.
It's not reliable outside of the area, but I might be able to use it on the inside, potentially later.
Potentially leading.
I mean, he did literally threaten to haunt people's dreams and give them nightmares yesterday.
Yes, that's.
really-
I
I'm
mean,
not surprised.
So
I
I
can
mean,
do
he
that.
can influence dreams.
He's a wizard. Why are you surprised about this?
I mean, I wouldn't influence one of your dreams
That's
unless
fair.
it was to communicate with you or because you asked nicely.
Ooh, can
Can
I
you give me
dream
s-
of?
Can you give me a nice dream tonight, please? Uriel?
Here we go. Oh,
Could you make me dream of the Shadowfell?
I don't know much about the Shadowfell, so I'm afraid not.
Damn it.
I'm just gonna like show you an image and say, "Can you make me dream of this person?" And I just open.
I
like,
could
a-
I could make you dream of a lovely tiefling lady that I met the other night.
No, I want to dream of this person. I show you a picture of a woman in a locket.
Oh, that's so nice. I don't know anything about her though.
I just
If I don't know
like
what it
Uriel.
is, I couldn't make it realistic. I could probably like hint at it, and maybe your brain could do the rest of the work.
Can you do like simple designs? Like, could I get like a dream of me like high-fiving gesture, and that's the whole dream?
Well, I can't do specifics.
If I dream of the future, then-
Yeah.
I can tend to bring your dream in one direction or so, and but your brain has to do most of the heavy lifting with
Don't have one of those.
association.
That's
Yes, you do.
all right.
You
all right,
you
Spencer.
absolutely have a brain.
Doesn't work well.
I
If
agree.
only he had a brain.
Anyways, I appreciate the talk with the whole.
We can fix that actually. If my crystal research goes through, we can fix that.
I appreciate the help.
Instead of having a brain, you could have a
origin
crystal,
stuff.
and it would be
He-
much more powerful than your current brain.
He's a vessel for the fucking Phoenix, and now he's gonna become a vessel for Uriel's will, becoming like this.
And it's gonna be Zim and Uriel's magic fighting over who gets control
Like-
that day.
He's not gonna have it like proper free. Like he can do things on his own, but he's always gonna have to answer to Uriel.
I'm gonna turn to iRobot at that point.
Yeah, you're just
iRobot.
sitting from iRobot.
Yes, Cyrus. That's all I know. I wish I could help more, but I just know that your origin is very troublesome, and
That's plenty. That's plenty.
the strength you have matters above all else. If you want to stay down this path, it will cause great damage. But if that's your role, then I can't interfere with that if it's meant to happen. If it's not meant to happen, then, well, let's just say there might be some altercations in the future. But that's for assuming the worst.
Yeah, I have two ideas. I had two ideas that sprung in my head about a few times. Where I was like, this could get my memories back. It's either one, which is the less damaging one, where I go in front of a really big attack, I block it for someone, and hopefully that will spring my memory if they hit me on the head hard enough to hopefully remember something.
Do you think
Or the
Cromwell
second
will
one
bring
is
it back?
yeah, or really one on my head specifically, so I can like knock my memory into place. Or the second one,
I don't think
Where-
that's how that.
oh,
I'll
okay,
make
I'll
it
scratch
works.
I'll scratch the idea.
He is a
I'll
doctor.
I'll put an addendum.
I don't. Uh, off
Remember-
topic, but towards the same topic. Like where
Yeah.
he came from, right? Even with your brother, no offense. Isn't it odd that they've just been placed on our way, and we've just brought them with us? It's like some
What do you mean?
great being.
I literally came to find you guys, and you guys just managed to stumble and find me.
Great.
And it's
being.
either that or just abandon them. like wherever we find them. Really, it's like
Oh.
picking up a pet. You can't just leave it in the forest or it'll die.
I'm not saying leave them. I'm just saying that like where he's
Yes.
come from, right? Like you read like you know, he describes it as your brother is like from this plane, still like kind of like you know, but the rest of us we've met from the very beginning. Well, more or less.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and from everyone's
Yes.
perspective, it's the very beginning.
I see what you mean. Yes, I'm not. I'm really not going to question it much. I've come to
Right.
realize, Jester, that the more you ask questions, the more absurd this adventure gets. So I really won't.
You know, I really love that. I like that mindset. There's so much I could tell you. There's so much, but I'm not going to
It-
because I don't want
It's
to go back.
right. So
Oh, me neither.
perhaps in some grand conclusion at the end of it all, you could write a book or something. But that sounds quite plain. Well, I mean,
You know,
what would you dedicate to writing a book? That's just
there's
strange.
there's beings called choppers that exist out in the woods, and
Choppers.
did you know that
What?
yeah,
They
Do they
chop
chop
wood.
things?
no, they're these fey-like
Jinx.
creatures, and they can essentially give.
My life made him leave.
Oh, that's great. Go on. Go on.
And they have this ability to procreate with anything,
You're serious. Anything.
Whoa.
anything,
They kind of sound like parasites.
They do, actually.
more or less.
Sound like shadow beasts.
So you're telling me, hold on. You're telling me if a giant and a chopper that you talked about just
It would make a gappa. Yes.
A giant chopper.
a giant chopper.
El Choppa.
What's that one Piece character where it's the giant woman and the little guy and then their son? You know what I'm talking about?
Trying to think of which one.
I don't know. I
about.
don't know how it's done. I listen. I very
Oh man.
very bad whole
You wrote
ordeal.
this lore, Zarky. You wrote this lore. I don't know why you're
Yeah.
shocked.
You know, I've seen some things in the ocean that aren't half as weird as that.
And
Really?
you know, the previous people I was with, we fought these things that they procreated with like devils or demons or something of the sort, some devilish blood in
They
them.
didn't procreate with you, did they?
Not if I don't know.
Whoa.
I mean, there could
What do you
be,
mean you don't
but
know? I think you'd clearly know if something procreated with you.
There could be a mini you walking around to this day.
all
It could be a
say-
chopper jester or a jester chopper.
I mean,
walking
why would
around.
you
A
even,
chopper.
certainly a species like
chopper.
that must be, if they can procreate with anything, they must be attractive, right? I presume.
no. I'm not saying that, like, biologically they can, right? They can,
Yes.
and I don't really understand how they do it because they're very very small.
Mm-hmm.
But
Murder's just muted and deafened himself.
and realistically, and realistically, all I'm saying is there was some fey ass shit going on there, and I don't want to go back.
Yeah, so speaking of not going back, let's move on.
This is Garrus. This is the
So-
world we live in, and
Before
although I've
before
not,
Alres tells us about the other way he wants to try and get his memory back, Jess, you are, I don't know if you're licensed or what, you're seem to be knowledgeable in medicine. Any advice on how to get his memory back?
Well, I could cook up some herbal remedies.
so we're just gonna ignore what he brought up, or
Yes,
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about how much sex a chopper has.
okay, okay.
I didn't bring it up. I brought it up solely for like some things are better left behind. Right. It's
Yep,
a future we
which
probably
why we're
can do
leaving
right.
behind that. So, expert medical opinion. So, bonking him on the head won't work.
Probably not. I mean, it could, right? There's always an off chance.
Do you want to try it?
No. It could just
Arrows,
cause
give me
further
something
damage,
heavy.
and I don't think he can afford that.
You know what? I think he can afford quite a lot. Aris, do you want to try the bonk on the head?
I don't have any coin though. I can't afford it.
It's not that kind of afford. I think he means in your mental state.
Oh, I was thinking more of like in a fight. Like I have to be serious, like pumped up in a fight for it
Fair
to
enough.
work.
Okay.
I think
Fair
if you
enough.
just smack me with a frying pan, it probably won't work. But yeah, the second one, I don't know if I don't want to test it per se. Maybe it might happen. I don't know when.
The butterflies.
But the second one, I was thinking of like if I go like really really weak in a fight, about to like there's too many pigs, I can't fight them all off. If I die in a fight, maybe that triggers a memory. I'm not sure.
But you'll be
What
dead.
What we could
Yeah.
do, right? We need a couple of things. One, we need a box that water can't leak out of.
Okay.
Currently sat in one.
Also, I need this. How long can you hold your breath?
According
I
to
don't know how to
5 year
swim.
olds, he holds his breath for up to 2 minutes.
I don't know. I never done it before.
I know, sorry, it's 15 minutes.
We'll work
my
out the
bad.
details later. But
Sure.
if we submerged him in water, I channeled me saying my energy.
We literally
I
have a
had
helmet of
attempt
water
to
breathing, by the way,
heal.
in the cart.
Oh, okay. So we put that on him. We submerge him. We put him in a dark enclosure, right? We get Uriel to just tempt his brain towards, home or the past.
I am not
We
doing
just
that.
Why not?
All right, the plan failed. He didn't want to do it.
This sounds like an awful idea.
What? How is that awful?
It's not a medical disease. He's cursed.
Ooh, I didn't think of that idea. I wrote down crab bite.
Okay,
Crab bite.
but we don't know that for certain. I'm saying we could.
We
make-
or you don't know that for certain.
So you for certain know that he's cursed,
Yes.
and are you completely
I
confident?
point to the hole in his body. The
Okay.
keyhole?
Right. Okay. Again, but are we completely dismissing that? Like, what
Yes.
the thing I'm suggesting that won't work? You've tried it before.
No,
When?
but it
So
won't
how
work.
do you
I mean,
know?
do we know
are we
that
trying-
his lapse of memory is due to this curse?
Most
It's
likely.
insanely likely.
It's
I mean,
it
it's
wouldn't
likely,
be. It's more of an educated guess, but it wouldn't be surprising to know that.
It wouldn't be, but it's always worth to try other ways before just completely ruling out
Try.
that it's just
Well,
I
certainly.
don't think this is a good idea.
But why isn't it a good idea? Like, what could go wrong? Is like what I'm saying.
Mostly the trauma, I'd imagine, would be suboptimal.
I mean, he has to remember eventually, right?
Yes.
That's his goal.
Whenever the curse comes undone, I'm certain it will happen eventually.
So
Even if
we
it is when he dies.
How about for
We
now
c-
we put it into the shadow bag as another possible idea? We just enjoy the rest of the time in the hot tub. We
really
can
that
cute.
talk
sounds
in
like
like a
a lovely
safer
idea.
area. Yeah, we can talk in a
Yes.
safer area that is not near pigs and such.
Let's just take a moment to relax in the hot tub
Yep.
and talk about something else.
And have
just-
another drink.
I think we all just need to unwind mentally for a little while. And this hot tub idea that you all suggested and the water that I provided would serve as a nice rest. What do we think, gentlemen?
Sounds
I
great.
think that's a
Let-
good idea. We're just a
Yeah.
we're just a bunch of guys in a hot tub.
It's
Let's
guys'
just
night.
be guys.
Let's
It's guys'
just-
night.
Let's
Guys,
forget
nice.
about everything past this. In the moment. Just focus in the moment, right
Yep.
here. Nothing
Right
else.
here.
Nothing else. You know.
Well, I don't really like
Ricky,
this
can we
moment very
put on
much.
some
There's
hot tub
stains
ambience
outside.
I got you.
background?
Yeah, through all this, all we hear is like.
Go.
I would like to
I
imagine
Now,
think
it's.
that would be-
in the spirit of guys' night, I suggest that we rank the races in order of attractiveness of their women.
And we're no.
Yeah, I was
Oh
gonna say that's
god.
where the cutoff is.
And as you guys
You're
discussed this
you're
over
a
the
weird
night-
drunk.
I mean, we just finished discussing about this new chopper race that Jester seems to know about. So I'm quite surprised, really.
You keep saying that they're a good bang.
Going into
that's
more
not the
detail
word.
about those creatures.
That's not the-
Going into
Not
more
even
detail.
remotely
It's
what
done.
I said.
Arc is finished. No more.
Oh yeah, jacuzzi ambience. Oh yeah. Ooh, oh, that's nice. That's chill. That's nice. I like that.
I'm gonna need you to stop Nick because I can't hear this music, and I'm just like, God damn it!
Huh?
My music stuff's broken, so I can't hear the music. So you just like
Oh.
reacting. I'm just like, no, I want to hear it.
Well, I can put you on the what he was talking about here. I could just give you the link to listen to it.
I know, like all of my audio for like YouTube and stuff is completely fucked until I restart my computer, and I don't want to restart fucking Forge because it takes forever.
Okay.
It
Well, just imagine it's
boots
like an
a long
underground
time.
watery. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Uriel, as much as I would love to, I really shouldn't because of my circumstance. So I'm afraid I'll have to opt
She's
out.
not. She's not here, partisan.
Okay, that's very no.
won't ever know.
Voiceover. Yeah, but I mean,
No, go ahead. You first. I swear it won't leave this room. Pen and paper.
How did this session just be like just devolve into like?
I'm for it,
Sex.
man. I'm for it.
you know, hot tub. This is the hot tub episode. We're
It
going
really
for
is.
No, I think at this time, I think that's fine. I'm a taken man. I will refrain from this
Yeah.
conversation. But you all, I'd love to
Here
hear
for that.
your opinions on this.
She's also a
honestly.
taken woman. Am I right, guys? Too soon?
Yeah.
Too soon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
he-
No,
he
I
needs
respect that, brother.
Yeah, thanks. At least someone does. Looks at Jester.
Hey, no, fuck it, I'm a taken by myself. No, I get it.
I mean, listen, we all
Sip
agreed
around.
to, you know.
I'm actually a premium member at the brothel in Willowdale.
Whoa.
Apparently,
premium?
he's a taken
I
man
got
as
this.
well. Taken
Hold
with the
on.
premium.
I take out the pentagram coin. They gave me this actually because I spent so much money.
Uriel, let me ask you a question. What are you going to do if one of those prostitutes gets pregnant?
Well,
Pretty sure they
they're
wear
not gonna find.
protection.
Listen, I understand you're a holy man, but I'm not. They're not gonna find me.
Do you use protection, Uriel, or do you raw deer them?
You clearly don't understand the caliber of establishment I'm going to. There are extensive checks. There's no need for
Technical
protection.
benefits. Oh, that's great. That's good to hear. Glad.
Is this a brothel you speak of? Is that like a social event for people?
I
Yes,
suppose you probably didn't have those in the Shadowfell.
some people. I was invited
never
to
heard
one of
them.
those. I didn't go.
Oh, really?
Has there
Is
ever
it quite
been?
an enjoyment, or was it like very stressful?
Oh,
Oh, I didn't go, as I said.
Oh,
if you let's just say in as polite as terms,
more of a solo
I can
guy.
Provide. If you
I see.
Alvarez,
Is
if
it
you're
not
looking
is
for
it not a group activity?
no,
Mhm.
well, it can
No,
be, but you
It
really
can
shouldn't.
be.
You
Oh,
shouldn't
okay.
do that, really.
You shouldn't?
Okay.
Okay.
All I'm
How does
saying
it-
is referring to the earlier chart. Tieflings are S tier.
I don't know what that means.
Although you might want my ring of fire resistance.
This is
Oh, I see,
this
I
is
can
one
see
of the
that coming
moments.
handy.
Okay.
Do you usually is it only like
okay.
male people that go there, or is it both?
Both.
Depends,
Oh,
really.
okay.
I didn't see any other customers.
Alvarez,
You have
if you're
like
looking
you have like a friendly chatter with them, or what else do you do?
Alvarez, if you're
Uriel's
looking,
actually
some-
the only customer.
let's just
That's why they
say
give me the
if
coin.
you enjoy some stress relief, some private quality time with somebody, you pay to.
We're having it right now.
No. I mean, as in, like, man and woman kind of privacy, that kind of thing.
You mean like a
You
This
can
guy's
pay.
been on a battlefield since he was 3 years old. I don't think he knows.
I know he knows what
Oh.
he started doing this, and I'm just going to do the hand gestures he was doing earlier. He started doing this earlier when we were
Yeah,
She
kind of.
should know.
Yeah,
so then no.
that's a
He
push,
what?
That's the sign for a push-up contest. You do that when you go to your friend on the
Oh
battlefield.
no! Who
When a
told you that?
battle, when two people love each other
Actually,
very
that's
much,
correct.
they
That
will
was
push
that
them
was
up.
my that was my commander. He said, "Do this sign to
Yo-
other people."
Dude, this guy was in the Boy Scouts.
So my
Oh my
commanders say,
gosh.
make that sign, and then you do a push-up contest, and I would do it against any other person. I did it on the battlefield with Tyrion.
Tyrion Lannister.
No, just
Tyrion. Tyrion.
Tyrion Limgrave.
Lim.
You sounded.
It sounds like a man that owned a lot of land.
He sounded really constipated. Glimgrave.
You know,
He was
I'm
a
gonna,
very strong soldier that I did a lot of push-ups with.
I'm gonna,
Oh.
I'm gonna
Respect.
back with going down this route. I think all hope is lost. We're gonna move on. I think that's fine. Does it?
I want to know more
about
about it, though. You talk
You
so
know,
much now. I want to
Jester,
be
we
invested.
haven't heard much from you. What's your type? Do you have a type you go for? Is it like a blood type? What do you go for?
That's more recent development. What about before the vampirism?
After blood type is crazy.
Do you like
Go
people
for A
with
negative.
like people with masks or without masks?
Well,
That's a
preferably
good
with.
question.
Oh,
Oh really?
What's the deal with you and our sister?
You know,
Really not
that's a
much there.
really good question. No, we're not going.
Okay,
past
now
it.
it feels
Wait,
like you're
wait.
ganging up on him, so I have to take his side on this.
Be positive about it.
What do you mean? Be positive about it.
I got your
I don't
back.
know. I was
Jesse.
making a blood joke.
Oh,
Ah.
it wasn't very funny. So think of it.
another shit joke.
The bond that me and your sister share is more of a kinship than
Alright.
anything else. I mean, she saved my life.
Yes.
There is something
Yeah,
about
that's
older women. For example, Jester's aunt. Did
Even
you
though
see
canonically
Jester's aunt?
she looks 60.
Uriel, I will smite you to the nine hells.
She's single.
She is not. Oh my
Yes,
God.
she is. Her husband died in the war.
No, he did not. He is very alive and well.
No, he's not.
Yes.
Listen, Uriel.
All right.
buddy,
I did my
know-
research.
Why did you do research?
Okay, maybe that's the wrong word.
Caught me in the act.
I
Stalker?
politely asked your family members.
Why the fuck would you ask my family about my
It's a
aunt?
terrible scene to imagine.
Because
Oh,
she's
I
incredibly
remember that.
attractive.
I'm sure she is, but I really don't think you're her type, Uriel.
What's her type?
Not you.
Our characters have a few
Besides, I
drinks, and
think,
this is what
I
we
think
turn
you're
into.
missing a very, very important detail about Uriel, to be exactly. Do you remember when we were in the ethereal plane, how, and also on the material plane, how Ariana de Clare acted around Uriel? Is that
She
not
wanted
obvious?
she wanted my soul.
Oh, for sure, certainly.
Oh, that's
I
so
agree.
sweet.
I think it's clear to everybody that Ariana DeClaire has a thing for me.
I
So you
think,
guys are
I think
soulmates.
she's jealous of how prideful you are, and that she likes that, for certain.
That's very nice.
I
You
think
all
she
have-
just likes me because I'm like a dangerous roguish type, you know?
Maybe
You
it's
should-
maybe it's
you
a,
should
an,
send her a letter.
enemies to friends to lovers. Do you think that's gonna happen? It probably will. It
Probably
will.
not. I think one of us ends up dead.
I
mean,
really
it's,
think you should
you
write
know,
to her.
I think I'd
star-crossed
win,
lovers
though.
and all.
I do think
Star-crossed
I'd
lovers
win.
be damned, but you know,
That's very nice, though. You all have certain kinds of people that you like.
But we
Jester
do
likes
have a lot in
people who are
common. Like
masked.
we're both really interested in ancient texts and necromancy.
That's perfect. Look at that. You guys have things you like.
this guy. Zorky's accepting the reality of like, okay, we're doing this. Yep. this is-
Einheit
this is
has-
gonna be cool.
Al, what's
I
your
had a
type?
discussion. But my type of what?
No, not you, Auras. Al Hazard.
Presumably
He's
not
just been sitting
sirens.
here just like
I've got to bring Zach in on this.
he's like
As you all look over to examine where Alhazard once was, you notice that there is currently an empty sauna. As you can see, Alhazard remains peacefully unaware and somewhat submerged into a tranquil slumber. It would seem that his barnacle has receded, and though he rests at an empty but still warmed sauna. You all
He's
might
lucky.
you all might presume he entered and subsequently the barnacle.
We're not gonna get
Right, that-
infected because we're sitting
No,
in the
we're in
same
different.
water.
No,
It's
we're
a different. It's a different.
I
it's a
literally
sauna.
asked this. I asked this
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah,
It's a different one. But currently, you would see Alhazard is just resting.
That's right. Didn't he get that from sirens or something? Maybe that's what he's into.
No, he's
Yeah,
definitely.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if it was really his intention though. He might be into sirens.
I mean,
I
you
think
really
he's
got to be
into
careful with sirens.
sirens,
They'll
maybe
destroy you
tritons or
instantly.
sea elves, possibly.
Back to the main topic I wanted to ask about. What is this brothel thing? Because you kept talking about it in great detail. More and
Oh
more.
boy. No,
Can't
It's
get it
an
out of my
establishment
head.
where you pay for
Okay.
sex.
I
Yeah.
have the truth with him.
I don't know what that is.
So
It's an establishment
there's
where
a
you
job
pay
we
to
have
do the push-up
where
thing that you were talking about earlier
Okay.
with somebody else.
Yeah,
You pay for
so-
that. That's all it is.
it's a place where people go that are prostitutes, where people you can pay for sex, and they gather there,
Whoa.
and then you go there as a customer and you hire them.
So instead of having to go to the battlefield like you do and do the push-up challenge with somebody else, you go to this special location and you do it with.
I will
somebody
be
you
honest.
pay
The
for.
push-up challenge is
for it.
fucking wild, by the way.
You know, I'm just imagining all the pigs have heard us. The illusion's gone. They're just looking through the hole, going, "Huh?"
What the
I mean,
fuck?
it sounds like a very interesting thing.
Oh
if
yes,
if we survive this whole area, could you show me the place afterwards?
I could. In fact, the at the alchemy station in Willowdale,
Yes.
the alchemist there actually owes me some enhancements. So
Oh yes, I was gonna get to
we never
about
picked
getting
up.
a couple. Well,
You
for
need
me, it'd be
some?
consensual. Yes, I was going
Or
to
like
ask.
like fur enhancements for like to help like get shiny fur. I don't have any
No,
fur.
no,
I think
no,
it means
You'll find out. Don't
physically-
worry about it.
physically enhanced.
I'll tell you when you're older.
Oh, actually don't know how old I am, but
Is he
it's
like a
fine.
grown ass man? Is he like
Yeah.
32?
It's,
Oh, you're right,
it's
you're
Tom.
older.
He's like
He's
Tom
like a-
Hanks.
He's like
in,
100 something in
Big.
fucking Chatterkai years. I will put that on my list then. I will be excited for when that happens. Let me write down that place. I definitely heard of Willowdale. Write that down. Willowdale.
I can bring you. I'm pretty sure this is this counts for admission. This
Oh,
token.
perfect. Perfect. I will repay you in any way I can. If you were to be hurt on the battlefield, I will take a bullet for you.
I appreciate it.
Oh,
Yeah, no problem. Sorry, magic arrow.
no, bullets exist. We have there's guns.
Hopefully, you won't have to take anything
Yes.
from me. The only time I've ever really been targeted was by that goddamn lion.
I want a gun someday. I love
Was
guns.
it a big lion?
I mean,
It was
I've seen a
gigantic.
couple, but they're
It's
very hard to
ridiculous.
get hold of.
I see.
Lion. Oh yes, that's right.
The statue, yes.
You guys sound
Yes.
like you fought some crazy shit here.
It's
It was an
again,
anti-magic
so early
lion that
conversation,
completely
it's been-
suppressed my powers and saw
Well,
through my
it's,
invisibility.
It's
It also like moved through the walls really weirdly. It would like
It
teleport. through the walls.
teleported. Yes.
That sounds like a quite amazing creature to fight. Did you
It
take
was a suboptimal encounter for me.
It was
For
very.
sure.
and
Yeah. It was
oh,
very
that
bad.
was yes, that was the auction. We ended up robbing quite a few corrupt nobles and got away with
Mm.
thousands
And
of
probably
gold.
some not corrupt nobles as
And
well.
probably some not corrupt. Yes.
I mean,
but
if
that's-
they were there, they were
Um,
probably corrupt. Let's be honest.
Definitely-
It
it
was.
definitely
It was
sounds
Hey,
like
don't
that.
you talk about them like that. Some of my very good wizard friends are from there.
Okay, yeah, well,
Yes.
it was a slave auction. Speaking as one of the people that was up for sale on the auction.
I really didn't like that one woman who made fun of us for being there. She was not nice about that, if I'm being honest. And
True
my
Gale.
guard down. I think so. I did. I told her I was there to save Yesley, and she's like, she thought that was cute, and I was like, "That's not nice." And she's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
you know,
her. That's
well,
the lady I met earlier. I found her again.
well, weavers can be very interesting people. They can either be very strong and wise, like Mr. Uriel here, or they can be very rude people that you want to hit with a stick in the forehead.
To be fair, I
Oh,
haven't
I can
found
sometimes
many
be
rude
real.
ones. I mean, the only one that I ever particularly objected to was that one that was hired by the Inquisition. I wanted to kill her really badly.
I see, I see.
Oh, I've met a
job
lot.
done.
I don't know, a caster of that caliber who's a traitor to every other caster on Garius should be
Yep.
summarily
Yep.
executed.
Hmm.
I
That's
see, I
quite
see. Pretty strange. It's
yeah.
very strange. I've only ever seen
Job-
one caster.
job well done.
It was a
Let's go
strange
me.
it was a strange kobold creature. He had a
Mm.
strange book, and it would often show scribbles and such about strange creatures.
So
You know,
that was when you were going to do the deal with Elkenburn, right? To get me back. That's what happened.
Oh
with
yes.
the
You
with
don't.
the
Oh yes,
Inquisition.
you don't remember. Yes, we
No.
had two Inquisition stooges with us. Yes, there
Right.
was a gentleman in armor who was annoying but useful, and then there was this lady who was, as I've described.
Yes.
Sounds very intense.
I was
I
planning
didn't
to kill them
realize.
both the whole time, but they were more useful, unfortunately, than I'd
Well,
imagined.
I will say that that's pretty common for government officials. They think because the world's kind of in a mess right now, they think they're all hot honchos because, well, they control their region.
I thought what you meant was that it was common for me to want to kill government officials, which is also the
Well,
case.
that as well.
It's very
Yes.
common for most people to have that opinion.
With
Yeah, I
the
see.
King's Gents, it was very similar. No, I mean, I also still, even as a priest, I don't like government. They're not quite nice people.
Although there is King, there is King Micah.
I've yet to meet him. I think I might.
Interesting things have been said. I want to meet him, or at least
Sounds
his
like
people.
Sounds like this government thing you guys keep mentioning seems very interesting.
It's terrible.
It's
Oh,
not good.
is it possible to be cleansed?
Yeah,
Through
Happened
fire and
before.
brimstone.
Through
Mm.
fire brimstone.
Don't have any.
it's
stone.
happened many times actually. Haven't talked about my previous career a lot, but when I was working in archaeology, I discovered a lot
Oh, I thought you were in a zoo before this.
that points towards the fact that we've been going through civilizational cycles for as far back as you could possibly imagine. Civilization rises, gets completely stomped into the dirt, and then another one rises. Most of the less common races, such as Kitsune, my race, are of this cycle. We're once the dominant race, and then we're destroyed.
We just had like really simple like fighting. Like one side was bad, the other was good, and this sounds much more complicated than anything I've ever
No,
heard.
that's how it is here. Except obviously, you know,
No, I don't know. That's why
it's
I'm
more
asking.
I
complicated.
don't know. It's definitely a bit more complicated right now. It's all
It's
a
a bit
political.
more
You
complicated,
might
that's
think
for
it's more
sure.
complicated, but it's not. Everyone just thinks it's good versus evil.
Oh.
Well, it's not. It's just a whole.
You see,
political
falling for
system
the
that
good
we
versus
have to
evil paradigm is how the gods maintain their dominance over people, and how kings maintain their dominance over people.
Well, I think it is good and evil. That's the easy thought of what it is, but
We
it's just
usually
a whole
just
bunch
had
of, horrible political debate that nothing ever gets bloody done.
we usually just
Yes.
had red versus blue, and that was basically it.
You
We have
did
red
not.
versus blue versus yellow.
Get out. Get out. Gone. Jail.
I'll leave. Okay, I'll leave the cave.
Jail potato.
careful.
Jail.
Don't leave the cave, but you are
should
exiled
get
to
out.
the next tub.
To the tub that Al was in.
Tub.
Oh, I won't go to that one.
No.
I'll go to a different one. I'll go to like the
yeah.
small one.
The state of
kiddie pool. The kiddie pool.
the state of the world right now. Half the reason why I live on the bloody ocean. It's less dramatic.
You know, I've always wondered, brother. You bring up the ocean a lot. How?
Yeah, it's like 90% of my personality.
You and I.
Do you love the
are
ocean?
Not so
I do.
different.
Is the ocean your prostitute?
Because you were a pirate and I was a highwayman. So
If you mean
It
have
does
I ever been
cost, to
pushed
it
over
does
by the
cost a
ocean?
lot to ride her.
Oh, man.
Jesus
That's a
Christ.
good one.
I think you need to get better acquainted with the term of what a prostitute is.
I just learned about it like 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, prostitute typically is a living person offering services, not the ocean. The ocean
could be living.
It could also be an unliving person.
it could also be.
Not that I know any unliving prostitutes, but it's
Well,
potentially
I mean,
there.
you've got vampires. They're not technically living. They can be
Are
prostitutes.
you calling our sister a prostitute?
No,
Father?
our sister's
No
not the
one
only
said
vampire.
that. No one said that.
Well,
We
that's
all
why
thought
she
it, but no one said that.
Jester, is that why you're so attracted to vampires?
When have I ever been attracted to vampires?
No, they were
I
talking
mean-
a lot about vampires and
Are
you
you-
liking one.
Are you not attracted to vampires?
Are you telling me that you're
Not
not attracted to our
necessarily.
sister?
Not really.
Because
So you don't
back to
think
the
ours
tier
is
list,
cute?
I think
I'm rolling
vampires
insight
would
check.
be like at least an A.
Bees, Bees, I'm
You
rolling
actually
insight
love
check.
my sister.
Nat 20.
What?
Jig is up. Tell me.
What do you actually think you should be?
Every time you mention it, you notice that Jester gets really fucking uncomfortable. Like he doesn't want to talk about this.
Somewhere Shimisu's ears are burning slightly.
Is it true? Does he have a crush on her? Is it true?
No,
The Nat 20? No?
no.
Alright.
He just gets a bit squirmy about it. So yeah, what's your issue with me talking about the ocean? What do you want to know about it?
I was just gonna
I
ask.
mean,
you and I
That's fine.
have
Yeah.
similar lives. I just wanted to ask what it was like on the sea, really.
I mean, it's not exactly. I mean, it wasn't the nicest start. Again, like I say, I'm pretty sure Dad tried to have me fucking killed.
Oh, you too, huh?
Yeah, and fucking
Like
and
a family thing.
I just gestured to like
Yes,
my
you to me.
fucking this scar on my chest. I'm kind of bound to just be at sea. Like this connects me to something else, and they can just kill me at any point.
Oh.
I mean, apart from that,
what?
it's a good laugh.
Hey, Sarky, history, religion tech check on the symbol.
But
Give
clearly, it
me.
just looks like a trident.
He's so done with our shit.
He's like, dude, this can't. These guys.
Give me a history check, please.
Walk through all that. Yeah, there's some absolute horrors on the ocean. I've seen skeletons.
That's a
ships, those things are
16.
crazy.
I rolled a 3.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow. That's tough.
I've
That's rough,
seen
man.
many headed serpents. I've seen people's hands and bodies get contorted.
Oh. That's not fun.
Yeah, cursed treasure will do that to you.
You seen any sirens? What do they look like?
I haven't really been particularly anywhere close to where sirens are. I did get close to the Bloody Waters at one point, but then I got marooned on an island, and that's half the reason I hate bloody wizards.
Are there really giant turtles out in the ocean?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Zaki, it's the giant turtles out in the ocean that I know of.
You can also give me a history check, but as for you, Uriel, the trident doesn't really strike you off as anything that quite is of your interest. The only thing that really catches your fancy is the scrawlings around it. If anything, there seems to be the edges of it from which it sort of makes up the trident. It almost seems like it's made up of words that slowly seems more and more and more legible as time progresses. It is of some primordial language, some primordial and ancient language, one that isn't initially recognizable, but who knows? Perhaps the tools are currently closer than you'd imagine. If
Like the one
were-
on my head?
There's no way you're wearing it in the fucking hot tub.
It's the only thing he wears.
I am the king of languages! Bow!
King of Atlantis.
This guy's wearing a crown in a hot tub. All right, man.
You see me just like you see me like I'm trying to like go like my bag's off to the side and I'm trying to have like most of my body in the water and I'm like stretching to not like leave the water, trying to get my fucking helm of comprehension.
Where's my fucking iPhone to translate?
No,
this
just
shit?
leave it be for now. We're having fun.
I mean, if we ever get to a port, I mean, we might run into some of these wizards, and you finally be able to meet some wizards that are absolute dickheads, Uriel.
I don't think any dickheads wizards exist. I've never
Oh, they
met one.
do. They
Oh,
do.
there's an entire bloody faction of them that roam down in the living sea.
Uriel, hello. The Inquisition, mind you. Hello.
That was not necessarily a wizard. She was bound by bloodline, not by intellect. I've earned my powers.
You mean to tell me there aren't any other wizards in the Inquisition? You know there is. You know.
There may be. I don't know.
But
They're probably really bad wizards if there are.
I wanted to make. Yes, Uriel. The reason why we have such a history with money is because our family always tried to sell us, gesturing toward Carter and him, and sister, for money to keep the business alive. The business came first before we even did.
Like, wait, when you say
tossed me on boats and just had me doing manual labor on the.
When you say sell, do you mean like forced marriages? Selling, like noble family? Okay.
Part one.
I just put to work.
Was intended to be sold as a servant. And then I don't know what happened to brother, but that's what
I just put on a ship to work. Yeah, they
That's
didn't
not
really see me as anything.
unusual for.
He didn't really see me as worth anything because I mean, sorry to let this down you, but I'm only your half brother.
Oh, right, because father's a bastard.
Yes, I was going to say that I would pay top dollar for Shimizu and Keldar, but you, we'd work something out.
That's kind of rude.
Yes, coupon.
I'm not saying you're useless. I would definitely pay for you, but not that much.
Wow.
Yes, so even if it might be common, I mean, again, in the moment, imagine you hear your parents saying, "Oh, we will be putting you with another family for now in exchange for some monetary value on behalf of the business. So we will visit from time to time, but you will be gone forever." And I'm like, I don't want to live that life. That's why
Those
I left.
kind of arrangements can't die fast enough. I'm glad Ink City's at least progressing a little bit, although not fast enough, I guess.
I feel like arrangements should be banned, especially arrangements that are premarital, even premature arrangements. That's just disgusting. And that happens all the time up there. All the time. It's gross. Really.
I've never had anything like that even be suggested.
At the time, my sister wasn't even
either.
fully mature when they considered, oh, we will marry her off to this noble family for some money.
Bastards.
Just for money, it doesn't make sense. At least like have a large arrangement that lasts generations, you know.
Oh no, our family wanted to stay alive as far as possible. They did mother and father did anything they could to keep the
they were on the edge.
Family life. Yes, ever since.
Okay.
I will share with you. Ever since Aurelius passed away, as you know, magic became a tricky thing. The business that our parents were in charge of was an alchemy shop, and this alchemy shop didn't last long. After the death, because less people were purchasing potions, there were less ingredients to get by because, well, things weren't in order. So because of that, one thing led to another, and they ended up getting desperate. And that, for me personally, that rubbed off the wrong way, and I was obsessed with making the right amount of money so I would never have to be in that situation ever again. But when we invaded the vault, I realized that day that it wasn't getting enough money that mattered. It was just not carrying enough. We had thousands of, in that gold, we could have retired. We could have just quit. Maybe start up a couple things, but we could have just quit. But I realized that my problem wasn't making enough money. It was just money wasn't. It wasn't about money. It was about dedication. So, and I'm
That's
sure
true.
Uriel, you might be like, you might say something as in, oh well, money's important. Yes, yes, I get that. Security, but our parents were obsessed. I mean, to the point where they wanted to stay alive, and not just for money, but for fame,
You see,
fortune, to be a
money is
face.
extremely important, but
Oh, money is
it's
incredibly
mostly in
important.
service of something. I have stuff that I'm doing that requires money. If you're not doing
I mean,
something else, what's
you
the
don't
point?
you don't have to spend the money. Just having the money is a nice thing.
Yes.
I mean, I myself, I've got several stashes of where I keep my treasure.
Ooh.
Probably never going to spend a dime of it.
Forgot
And
where most of it was.
more is always better.
That's
Yes,
true.
as you can
Well, some
see,
say that like the less is the better, you know? Right,
Who
guys?
says that?
Idiots say that.
No one
Jessica,
says that.
did you hit your head or something? What you? I've never seen you never take down a deal or never say no to a deal in exchange for money.
Oh,
Less
money.
taxes.
Oh, no, I agree. Then
What did you think we were
Okay.
talking about? Pay attention.
But
Do you have
anyways,
money you wish to part with, Jester?
it was.
Because I
oh
mean,
God,
I could always do with some more.
it it was not a healthy relationship. I'll just say that. But now I'm at a point where I don't think money matters in my life anymore. I'm sure my brother thinks the quite opposite, but that's his journey.
I'm
Not
buying
mine.
a gold piece.
Yeah, and me and my family have mostly gotten along, but my dad doesn't know that I got cursed yet.
Hmm. You think? You think he'd give you a stern talking to, or something like
Probably.
that?
I'm not looking forward to it.
Oh no.
I mean,
shouldn't be.
how old are you? Do you have to still answer to your father?
Kitsune get very old.
Yeah, but
So-
at what age do you no longer have to answer to your parents?
Never. Does that age happen for you?
Well, I'm hoping you can pick up. Me and my brother don't answer to our father.
Well, yeah, but that's
No.
mostly because he's a dickhead, not
Yeah,
that.
that's mostly because he's a dickhead. But I
Yeah.
mean, at the same time, I feel like you move away from that part of your family. Sometimes you stay in contact with them, but you
I
answer
don't
to
think that's
yourself. You're an adult.
normal. Maybe for the lesser lived races, that's normal.
I mean, being an adult, you typically answer to yourself. If you make a mistake, you
Oh, I
answer to
do. I
yourself.
answer to myself, but I always have that subservience to my parents. Of course, I'm not gonna follow orders, but I do owe them a lot.
I'd just say, I mean, are you planning on going to see him again? Because if
We're
not,
going to
then
Ink City at some point. It'll be rude if I didn't.
I mean, you don't
And
have
Ink
to.
City.
I'm just saying
Trying
you
to
can
make the
avoid your
trek
father.
towards that way. You guys spoke very much of that area. At least from two, I can't count past that number. At least a few of you are part of that area.
You can't count past 2.
Couldn't
Most of
count
us,
past
yeah.
4.
I think it's just you and yourself and Jester that are not from Ink City.
Yes, are you also from a different plane of existence?
No,
No.
he's from this plane.
Oh. I never asked where
I
you're
hope.
from. That's very rude of me. Where do you come from?
You know,
That's
here and
polite.
there.
That's very nice.
You're there. I haven't heard of that town before. Is it new?
Fuck.
It's more of a mountainy range.
Ooh, mountains.
Is that
are
where you were
beautiful.
born? I thought that's just where you went.
Oh God, no! I have no idea where I was born.
Are you raised by birds in the mountains?
No, by wolves.
What's your thing with birds?
Oh, no wonder you're so savage.
Oh,
You're
As a
obsessed with
compliment.
birds. You keep talking about them. You're like the desert people.
at least he's not obsessed with giant worms.
Oh,
True.
and
Or
speaking of
giant
giant
Yes.
turtles,
octopuses.
there's
Or
one
giant squids.
in Lake Royal.
Giant
They
squid.
are
Yeah,
real?
we could talk. We just know what Uriel's
They're
into
real.
now. Yeah.
We do.
Oh, well, there's.
Um,
I mean, as far as I know, there was one.
Why would there be a
Really?
giant turtle in Lake Royal?
Kind of, I know. I didn't ask any
I,
questions.
I feel like a giant turtle needs like when we say giant, do we mean bigger than a ship giant, or do we mean like just bigger than the average turtle?
I
Bigger
presume bigger than a
than
ship. Yes.
An
You would
animal
think
bigger than a ship could live in Lake Royal. It's
it
huge.
could, but yeah, at the same time, you would think that a turtle would live in the ocean and not in Lake Royal,
Unless it was a magical turtle.
the greater twin.
Magic turtles. It's quite.
Well, there's all sorts of scientific abominations about like the magically inclined bullets that we ran into, remember?
Bullets. I remember those guys. I remember that fucker.
There could
Well,
always be some magical accident.
A
Does that-
magical
what-
giant turtle.
Jesse, can I touch back on a conversation previously about magic intervention?
Mhm.
Were the choppers magic?
Is that how they were able to breed with everything?
Presumably so.
What did they look like? Did they look like weirdly
What did
enough?
they
I have in my brain, I have like the imagination. I have like the visualization of like a wooden stump.
I just imagine
Like they
gnomes.
look
They're
like they look like
gnomes.
pseudo Wudo from Pokemon.
I'm imagining a fish.
You know, Matt. Oh, are you?
Do you
I
want
assume
to
Matt,
eat
okay,
fish? Is that why you keep imagining
both.
fish? Are you
I
hungry?
really do want to. Yeah, I'm very like since we saw maybe not the exact same. Since we saw that strange like weird creature that had the one eyeball, looks like a fish. I really
Yeah.
want to try a fish now because we don't have fish in the
There's.
Shadowfell.
I mean,
There,
we have
there was a
like.
dwarf guy that
red-
used to sell fresh fish, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh
I
yeah,
see.
I remember that fellow. He was a strange sight, but he was nice.
Want to try a lot of things. I want to try a fish. I want to try this strange thing called a cow, which I hear is the big thing with horns.
Yes,
Yeah, well, if you want to try a fish,
they,
you
they
can.
taste
I mean,
delicious.
you can either go to port. You can come with me. At some point when I head back to my crew, and we can. I'll take you all the best fish places.
That sounds awesome. I'm very excited to leave this dangerous area and to
Oh,
go out
yeah.
and
Yeah,
try these
I
new
think we all
things.
are.
Like
I hate it here.
we will all get out of this alive.
There's way too many pigs.
Way too many.
mean-
Yeah, this is kind of
Too
putting me
much
off bacon.
bacon. I agree.
I think dangerous is retrospective. I think the further we get, go in, like I'm sure to get
It's gonna
better.
get worse. No, it's probably gonna get worse.
better.
It
Oh,
only
it-
gets worse, I imagine.
Especially if we get
need
towards
options.
like a mass of people, it's probably gonna get a lot worse.
Wait,
Yes,
everyone.
it
Let's
would.
let's divvy it back. Keep it grounded. Remember, we're not talking about what's going on outside right now. Remember.
That's true. That's true.
Okay.
Right,
Something nice. Something good. We
Hopefully.
well, yeah, something good. We finished that ritual. We saved a town. That was great, right?
Yep, I was.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
happened.
That's great. Yeah, Jester and I actually started a business venture.
Let's see.
We're
That's
getting going.
fantastic.
Ooh.
We're gonna be
Right.
we're gonna be making wine. We just have to find, some good vines. That's all.
I'll be your first investor to the wine company.
I
That's
also
good.
have
That's good.
A hookah house.
Okay.
That's if you
Which is,
survive your backstory.
Actually,
Backstory?
we started. Well, I started quite a lot at the very beginning. I did leave somebody in charge. I wonder how it's going.
It's fine.
Pay them.
And Panther when everything's on fire.
Ah, ah.
Fernwood? Who cares? Fuck it.
I put
I
a
only
lot of
invested,
money.
That's where
I
you
only
start your
invested
businesses.
everything. I've only invested everything there.
Yeah.
I left Father Jagon offered to take charge of the church, so it's in great hands for sure.
But I spent a third of my money starting up.
He's all in.
He's all in.
He's a
I spent-
third in.
I spent a third of mine as well, I think.
They're both a third in.
Making some wine.
I gotta invest in some gems now.
Oh, what the fuck?
I
I'll let
wonder.
you- I might let you buy this jade off of me. I don't really need it.
How much is it worth?
I'm pretty sure it's worth 100.
That's worthless to me. I need things worth upwards of 5,000 gold.
You know how rare those are.
Yes.
All right.
When you're
well,
trying to do what I'm trying to do. It's
So
worth
what are you
it.
trying to do?
Who wants to put gems into people's brains?
I don't want to put gems into people's brains. I want to put people's brains into gems.
And what exactly does that accomplish?
It creates a construct that doesn't age and doesn't need to eat, that thinks.
Okay, I thought you were going to try and put your own brain into the gem so that your brain wasn't compromised if you get bashed over the head.
My brain could not possibly fit into a gem.
I wouldn't be surprised. Plus, he wouldn't
What if it's
trust
a
a
really
single
big
soul to do
gem?
it for him, anyways. For the
If
process.
if I were to find a gem that it would be possible, it would be an option. I'm far too powerful at this point for it, though. Maybe a collection of gems connected by a device. That's an idea.
Like a
Does
crown.
that make you immortal?
Oh, and I could switch the gems according to what school of magic I'm using to empower the school. That's a thought. I'm writing that down.
Well, I will be heading to a bit of a nice early nap as I had the nice drink. It was great conversations, and I have many ideas to dream about.
To dream about. That's well.
We'll
It
be
was lovely talking with you,
taking
Alris.
this-
You
Of
have
course, it was
a
a
pleasant
great time
sleep. We'll
talking
still
with
be up. Enjoy your nap. I'll let you know if the Swine King leaves outside.
you. Okay, sounds
Just
great.
the king of the swines are outside.
I'll be
by
dreaming
the way,
about all
just-
the great things
it's
that I'll
out
be
there,
doing
and
when we
here
leave
we are.
Listen,
sitting in
it's
a
not our
hot chocolate.
problem. It's not our problem.
Right. It's not our problem. Yes, I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter.
Sounds
He's
great.
not there. He's not
I'll be
there.
dreaming
We're
about
here.
all the great stuff I'll be doing when I leave this
We're
area.
here
I
now.
mean-
We're here now.
I mean, it's been a while. I think one of us should go check on what's going on.
We'll check it tomorrow.
I really
Do we
don't
have
wanna
to?
get up. I don't really want to go.
I'll get up. It's okay.
Perfect. I'll go to bed.
I'll give him a smack on the ass as he gets up.
Thanks, bro. I quickly grabbed my eyes of the eagle that were just like behind me.
You know, this wouldn't be the first time there's been relations between.
That's not what it is. Wait.
Wait.
I miss her so much.
If I had a nickel for every time there was sibling incest in my D&D game, I would have 2
What was the
nickels,
kind of incest that
which
you
is
said, Zaki?
weird.
No,
Which is
that's
weird because it
funny.
happened. I would have 3 nickels, which is strange because it happened more than once.
What's the three? What's the third?
I think he's
Oh,
talking
you
about
know?
Edmund and
Oh.
Penelope.
No. No.
Ian, no?
No. And plus, that's not
That,
your
that,
game.
that was not a thing.
That was what I don't.
There was a moment with Kaldar and Shimizu that was oversighted.
I don't
was
recall
really
that.
weird.
I don't recall that at all.
I don't recall that at all.
I'm gonna choose not to recall that.
I only know 2. Like canon.
I remember mine, but that was as a threat to the DM.
It's not
And it
much of a
worked.
threat, but
actually
it worked. It worked.
Don't threaten him with a good time. All right, I'm
Worked
gonna
all
go to
too
the
well.
crack in the wall. I'm gonna
I
go to
would
the crack in the wall and see what's going on. Oh, you actually
be
went
heading
to
to
bed.
bed. Yeah, I'm very tired.
Good night, Tater. Have fun at work tomorrow.
We gonna end it. We gonna end it in a little bit, so it's all good. As you gaze
What's
upon
happening in the crack?
the crack, can you take a better examination of the
I'll just
encampment?
crack. They can gaze at my crack.
Gaze at the crack. Holy. It reeks. Anyways, as you look outside, it would seem that all the merriment and the bloodshed is over. It would seem that for the most part, the swine have retreated into their own makeshift camps, setting up for the evening. The veil of moonlight is known to you. There is the smell of a assortment of morsels, none of which is pleasant. If anything, it is this random crackpot of anything the swine have found, including their own deceased brethren, remnants that the king himself has not left touch, to feed on the lesser of their numbers, adding to their own strength, empowering them and allowing them to march, perhaps for the next day. Though for now, all is quiet. There is the occasional groan, but all is quiet.
gonna kind of like come away and head back. All right, guys. All the swine are kind of asleep, so I think we should start settling down. No loud noises, because now they'll definitely hear it.
Oh, that's fine. Actually, this is a nice. I'm comfortable. I don't want to get out. Really.
I mean, that's fine.
This is
I'm,
the
I'm
best
gonna
idea I've had recently.
I'm gonna stay in
You
for a
know-
little bit longer as well.
I agree. Not to feed your ego, but I agree. This one time, it was a good idea.
I
Sounds
just sink
nice.
back down into the hot tub, and I just submerge. I fully submerge.
That, gentlemen, is how you derail a session.
Woohoo!
We're gonna sleep in the hot tub.
And that,
Oh no!
ladies and gentlemen, is where we end tonight's session. Holy fuck! I was like stressing about you guys getting back on the road and like time skipping stuff, but nah, it's fine. I got so many
Welcome.
ideas just by listening to everyone speak that it's chill.
Oh, no,
All the
I-
ideas of all the sexual fucking shit we were talking about.
Not
Especially the
quite
choppers.
that. Not
I
quite.
brought up the choppers again. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry. You did it
He
intentionally.
Don't apologize,
He
he
did
wrote
it.
it.
He did it. He did
the
it
one who-
intentional. Now, question. Never mind. Not much of a question.
Oh.
Mm.
Mm.
Anyways, for my lovely viewers, thank you for watching. This has been the most this has been the most downtime between characters in like the entire campaign. This right here.
Unhinged.
Good
It's-
fucking downtime RP stuff, guys. Good shit.
This is the first time it's ever happened, actually. With this
Yeah.
group.
I don't think that's true. That's not true.
For this long?
It's the first time that everybody's done it together. Like, there's been plenty of
Yeah.
times where it's been like 2 people or 3.
Yes. Yes.
This is like everyone's like tagging along.
Yep.
This is good. I got to be like, I got to chill. It gives me more ideas for the future and stuff I can work on. But yeah.
Are you still on
Seriously.
stream?
Yes, we are on stream, but
Okay.